Can I open the front door? Hey. Oh, I can't even leave! Done that yet?
Some things is having a bit of fun.
What do you mean, oh, this scene?
Leave it. Whoever's inside doesn't want an audience, and I don't want to fight.
Why are you laughing?
What the hell are you doing? Ruined. Smash. Oh, smash you!
Well. Oh my god, y'all are nasty. I feel like everybody's got like a little bit of gay in them. If you don't have a little bit of gay, do you want to have a little bit of gay in you? Right, no, stay here, baby boy.
What in the sweet hells were you thinking? Activating that lance? I was right there! God! Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
No, because I actually made it out of there, Astarion. I'll be more careful. Oh! Bolderin's Giant Slayer. That's the name of my strap-on. That's so weird. Oh my god. See, this would have got me banned on TikTok. This I would understand. Why, Raven? Do you want him? Oh my god. The people approves. Have you seen the description on... Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold up. Oh god. I have never read the description of these. Netherese briefs. Energy crackles around these. Gale wouldn't. Surely he didn't enchant his... Oh my god. Oh, because he said... By Professor Dunn. Well, so is it French? Oh god, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Ah!
Hello there.
How long does this go for? Never been scared by video games once. See, Rain, you get me. Am I sandbanging? I can't tell. Happy weekend. Happy Hempkin weekend, homies. How are we? I'm so tired. Prediction, does Pixel fall asleep live on stream today? Yep. Because I was literally about to cancel stream and go to sleep. And then I remembered I can't stream on Monday. So, I'm here now. Sloth said to tell you that you're short, beautiful, and talented. I know that that's a lie. Because he would never be that nice to me. But thanks for delivering the message, Loki. Loki, you're so hot and tall, talented, and handsome. Cat hair everywhere. Hi, everybody! Ginger, first, cute as a button. Not first, English, mwah. Gabby, mwah. Cute as a button, mwah. Supernova, mwah. Amaya, mwah. Maya Papaya, mwah. Shadow Prime, thank you for the 25 bits. What the hecky? What? Before I even got on stream. What the hecky? Thank you so much. Also, YBZ, mwah. Salted Loki, mwah. Hey, Mama J, mwah. Everyone say hello to Salted Loki. Or you're banned. Hi, Mama J. Mwah. Panda Monster. Mwah. Think of the forehead kissy. Mama J, you're so good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shadowhawk. Thank you. You guys are so good. You guys are so obedient. I love you guys so much. I want to pinch your cheeks. Happy day. Happy day. Happy Saturday. What's up, Frank? Frank, I'm doing okay. Mentally, I'm doing great today. Physically, I am so fudging tired. Also, Frank, thank you for your first forehead kissy. Enjoy. I hope it's delicious. What's our Snapple fact of the day? Toe wrestling is a competitive sport. Who's going to be our toe wrestling champion? Oh, whatever, Panda. I just want to be extra depressed, I guess. Wait, I'm going to double fist. Wait. And playing Cyberpunk, I saw you mention... I was too tired to comment. I saw you mention in Sloth Chat that you want Keanu in DBD, and honestly, that would be so cool. Like, having John Wick. You know? That'd be so dope. Lil Gon, mwah. Marta, mwah. Thank you for the forehead kisses. I'm so proud of you for behaving. We love an obedient chat. I want to guess one thing about you today. What is it? Oh, Ginger! I'm so glad you got the card! Yep! Hell yeah. Or Johnny Silverhands. That's his Cyberpunk character, right? Do you feel icky today? I'm going to put a counter for how many people... I swear to God, I'm going to put a counter. You look tired today. Are you sick? Are you okay? I'm going to put a counter. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do it. You can't make me not do it. Kaya, mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissing. More nerdy actors in DVD, please. Yeah, I think it'd be so cool to have somebody, like, besides just Nicolas Cage, like you said. I really wish I didn't stream today, but it's okay, sweetie. Thank you, Angel. It's one of these days where it's like, I really wish I didn't stream. I was gonna make a command and I forgot. No, it's fine. We'll have the no spoilers thing that we did. Ah, fudge. I didn't copy it down. I didn't copy down the fudging thing that I made yesterday in chat. Oh, thanks, sweetie. I'm just so tired. I'm so fudging tired. And I know I'm gonna get a million people that are like, you look sick. You look tired. You know what I mean? And I was just like, ugh, I'm not in the mood. Sorry, my headset just said something to me. Oh, thanks, Ginger! See, that's fine. Escape, mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. Hello, sweetie, mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. Lando Shark, mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. Awesome boy, hello. Oh, thanks, Kaya. I'm just so exhausted. So all the anxiety and panic attacks I had this week, just, like, they fired me up yesterday. Like, I had really great energy yesterday because I was riding my anxiety and panic attacks. Hi, hello, Jasper. And I don't have any anxiety or panic right now, but my body is just so tired from basically fighting a war for, like, 36 hours. And so... Oh, Panda, it's fine. It's fine. I don't give a fuck if people say anything bad to me. But I'm gonna call people out when people say bad things about me. Also, no, I'm not calling you out specifically. I was just saying, like, I'm gonna make a counter. That was a segue from what you were saying. I was not calling you out. If tired, then why not nap? Because I have to work. I've already made 25 cents today. Thanks, Shadow Prime. That played E33 after me. I wielded that sword so quick. You want to spoil the game? Gotta do it faster. Oh, you wielded the sword. So you want to spoil the game? Gotta do it faster. Then I can remove the messages. If you want to love me if you were... wait, I feel like this is the perfect day to ask you if you would love me if you were a worm. So I would love every single one of you guys if you were worms, because fun fact, I love earthworms. I actually saved an earthworm the other day because it was like doing a little wormy dance on... I should not do this while this is open. On my sidewalk, and I picked it up and put it in the grass and was like, here you go, little guy, because it was just doing like a little dance on the sidewalk, and I was like, you're gonna fry and die, because it had just rained, and it was like my morning dog walk, and I wanted to get him off the hot sidewalk, and I put him on the grass. I think earthworms are so neat. I love them so much. Shut the fuck up.
Now you've made $1.25 today, lol.
Hey! Thanks, Ginger! Thank you for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. Would you eat me if I was a gummy worm? God, yes. God, yes. Also, Panda Monster, thank you for the 40 stream streak. And nap? Well, after stream, I'll probably just, like, sleep. I'll just have a full sleep. Ugh. You know, this is another reason why I wanted to cancel stream. I washed my bedding today. Because I wash my bedding a lot because my dogs sleep in my bed. So I have to, like, wash it, like... I wash it, like, I think, every 2 weeks? Which is probably, like, how much you should be washing it, but... You know, I got dogs, you know? My dogs sleep in my bed with me because I'm a gross human. But it just gets so furry. And, I'm washing my bedding right now. And, well, drying it. And it never dries in the first cycle. So I have it going another cycle. And so now I can't even, like, go to bed after this. I'll have to walk my dogs anyway. But all I want to do is just put my face first in, like, my bed and just go to sleep. I'm so fudging tired. But now I have to make my bed, too. Should we eat most of us raw gummy worms? Yeah, I don't like sour gummy worms, though. So if you guys were sour gummy worm, I would have to, like, dip you in water to get all the sour fuzzies off, the sour sugars off, and then I'll eat you. I like just regular gummy worms. I love sleeping in fresh bedding. It's going to be so nice, but if someone else made it for me, it'd be so much better, but I have to make it myself. Leon's Moans! Mwah! Thank you for the 4 kiss. Everyone say, hello, Leon's Moans. And if you didn't congratulate Leon's Moans yesterday on being a mod, you guys have to do it now. No, not my sours. More for you. If I were a pair of gunners to be one... Wait, what? Oh, if I were a pair of gunners, would you email your rep and demand a pair? God, yeah. Absolutely. I'd be like, I need the Hey Mama J's so badly. What kind of gunners would you be? If I was a gummy worm, you would want to be one that's the color of my hair. What color is your hair? Gummy bears more than gummy worms? I think I'm a gummy worm. Because gummy bears sometimes make me sick. Not because, like, I ate a lot, but just, like, I don't know. There's, like, some coating on gummy bears that I don't notice on gummy worms that make me feel sick. I do like gummy bears, but... Oh! Oh, you know what? I think I saw you say that in the mod chat. Pixel says chat and asks question. You may freely answer that question. Please don't reveal anything Pixel hasn't requested or experienced otherwise. And thank you for offering help if you can. And thank you for offering to... Thank you for offering help if you can when asked. That's awesome. Pixel says. That's a good command. I like that. So you get us wet first? I've never wanted to be a sour gummy worm in my life. I love that. Moxie's, but in platinum. Shing, shing, shing. That's a twinkle, twinkle. That's a twinkle, twinkle sound. I'm tired. Awesome, boy. Mwah. Thank you for the 4 I kiss you. Is that the sugar-free Amazon gummy bears? I don't remember the last time I had gummy bears. I'm not gonna lie, but I just remembered that they make me feel sicky. What's up, Adrian? Adrian, happy weekend. Strawberry blonde. Oh, really? Fun. Nothing but sour gummy worms to eat. How long you lasting? I think I'll be okay, cause I'll just soak them in the salt water, the ocean, get all the sugar off, and then I'll eat them, and so they'll be salty gummy worms, and that'll be fun. Well, I hope work was so good, Adrian. Penis of the day, 33 inches. Who can beat it? Wait, did Panda Monster and Panda Pants get the same PPs? Same names, same PPs. What's up, Poisoned? Cool, Cam. Mwah. Thank you for the 4 I kiss you. Ooh, cool. Thanks, Loki. Or a spicy cat eye. What color? Frame. Though, would it still be platinum? Yo, Mama J. Penis of the day, 36 inches. Who can beat 36 inches? We're matching. 21 inches. 32 inches too long. Shut up. What's up, all good? All good. Happy weekend. 115 days chemo free. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 54 inches. 54 inches is our penis of the day. Who can beat it? Nikki, 150 kisses. Mwah. Ren. Mwah. Gamestein. Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kisses. Who wants to trade pee-pee? I don't know. You do have the penis of the day. POTD. How are you? I'm so tired. How are you guys, though? I'm okay. 5 inches? That's alright. Welcome Intronic speed. 20 inches? It's like a scarf. Chloe. Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. Ah, Tom, you're cute. I'm gonna do that thing. I would do it, but I don't want to leave like fingerprint smudges. But you know that little girl from Finding Nemo where she like taps the glass? That's me to Tom. Cute, 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 cute. You got the 1-incher! Nikki, you have a very special. You have penis of the day asterisk. Everyone say hi, Tom. What a stellar choice for first time chat. Truly. Nikki stole your 1-incher. Hi, Damn Doga. 68 inches! New penis of the day. Damn Doka with the penis of the day. 68 inches. Not quite 6'7" and not as funny as 69, but still. Beth, another 1-incher. What is happening? Oh, is my camera blurry? I'm sorry. I'm trying not to like look at my camera because I'm getting triggered by my face. Unfair. That's so funny. 1-inch madness. What's up, hit markers? Hi, Rootsy. Mwah. I will lose first. Mwah. Think of the forehead kisses. Wait, who got 69? Hit markers! Yo! That's double funny because not only is it huge because it's the penis of the day. So far, no one's beaten 69 inches. And it's also funny because it's 69. Denny! Mwah. Think of the forehead kissy. Everyone say hello to Rootsy as well. Holy mods. Holy mods, guys. All my mods are here. Hi, moderators. You had it for a minute. It was the best minute of your life. Was it? Hello. Hello. Hi, guys. You guys can re-roll your peepees. There's not going to be much bigger than 69. I don't remember. Hold on. Can I check that? Wait, who is it? Okay, it's Stream Elements. It was the PP. Chat commands, PP. Oh, actually 69 is the biggest. I think, so War made it. And War made it from 1 to 69 inches, so it actually ends at 69, which means Hit Markers has officially the biggest PP in chat. And Nikki and Beth have the smallest PPs in chat. But it's okay. Oh, that's so funny. Oy, moi. You guys keep me young and virile, submissive, and breedable. Oh! How are you guys doing this? Panda Monster with another 1-incher. Hi, Landsmones. Tickles! Thank you for the 4 KC. 9% bratty. I know chat. Oh, 85% bratty. That's better. I shrunk. I was in the pool. 2% bratty? I feel like the brats should be like 69% and up. What's up, Bad Boon? Magical check. Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. So I want to play around with my sticker book for a minute. Do you guys mind? That Supernova gifted me. Thank you, Supernova. And I got some of, like, a bunch of these G Fuel stickers that I collect. And I figure I want to start putting them on my sticker book. Cute. Almost as cute as you guys are. I have such peener envy right now. All these people rubbing their If I had a nickel for how many times I have seen someone say, all these people rubbing their 1 inches in my face, I would have 1 nickel. Loki, I'm like tickled pink about it. Cool Cam! Thank you for the 45 stream streak with the fudgies. I'm within schedule. Yeah. If I have to wait to start stream for an hour. I'm joking, by the way. Gotta keep an eye out for my peener. Mr. Ware. Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. This chat loves their peepees. Wait, that should be a t-shirt. Also, thank you for the 3 stream streak. What's up, Spooky Dragon? What'd you have for dinner today? What did you have for dinner? Also, speaking of worms. Streaker! 63 inches. That is quite a growth spurt that you've had, Panda. Heinous the huge stickers like the ones that come in some of the collector's boxes. I'm thinking, I'm going to do these first, and then I'm thinking I'm going to open up a bunch of collector's boxes and put those in here too. How many PPs does iPen have? I think that's 3, right? I'm close to 100! Wait, for what? Wait, for the 14 inches? Smashed burger tacos with french fries. Shut up. Evil Larry will eat your peener with a side of rice. Peener sounds like a slur. Enjoy your lucky turkey tangos. I love you, Moist. And who's Evil Larry? Panda looked at Pixel, and her pee-pee grew 60 times that day. Please tell me you were making a Grinch reference, because that's how I took it. Oh no. I already have a bunch of stuff I need to catch up and mustard on with Rootsy's Instagrams. I feel so bad. I've fallen behind on TikToks as well. Oh, Pyro, guys, don't be nice to me. I'll start coming everywhere. I did almost wear that shirt today, but I wanted more cozy. Oh my god, she's doing it, chat. I only have one of this sticker too. So if I mess it up, it's gone forever. Forever. Oh my god, the first sticker. Oh, the first sticker. Oh, I'm nervous, guys. Wait, hold on. So I have really bad sticker anxiety. And so we have this reusable sticker book. And I'm already getting anxiety over the sticker book. She's not really even, but I think it's gonna have to be okay. It's gonna have to be okay. The first sticker in my sticker book. Let's go. Panda Budster! Dog or cat? True Shinobi! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kiss. The first sticker. Yeah, it's an actual legitimate. Okay, so let's see. It came with this little squeegee and this little tweezy. So allegedly, if I go like... I don't want to do it. I'll try it on one that I have doubles of. What's up, Haku? Live on stream. I think the tiredness is going to help because I, like, don't care right now. Happy Saturday. Oh, Shinobi. Oh, God. Doggos? But Jasper's right here. Fine. Jasper, Panda Monster hates you. Panda Monster hates you. You. Hates you. I would have given Jasper a treat. I would have given Jasper a treat. I would have given Jasper one. Bitch. He's so picky. I honestly forgot I opened your stream. Oh! Good morning. I mean, good night. Is this his fault for hiding? He is hiding a little bit right now, aren't you? You're so cute. Do you want to say hello? Come here. Oh, he knows Mommy's sleepy, too. Yeah. We were hanging out a little bit earlier. Yeah, he's weird boy. Heat of the moment. Send people's PR. If you ask them, they'll probably send you a ton. Really? You know what? I'll probably ask for some of the old ones because these are... I have them sorted out by the ones that I have at the moment. I have them sorted out by the old logo versus, like, the new logo. So I want to see if they have any of the old ones. So I wasn't planning on you staying on my lap because you're kind of furry. And furry and stickers don't go really well together. Oh, we're going to step on my desk. That's even better. Oh, bitch. I don't like the new logo. I think it's hard to get used to for me. It's like, but I also don't like change. I think I would like it better if they used the old G. If they used the old G on the new, like the angle. I like the angle. I like the font. But I really like this G. That G is cool. So, I think that would make it better for me. And I think it would be a nice like transition because it wouldn't be changing like the entire thing. Honestly, stickers are literally the easiest thing. Oh, I literally just read that. I am so tired. Look you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I like their flavor buddies. Oh, I don't remember those. I'm okay. I'm just tired. Like, mentally, I feel fine. Mentally, I feel great. But physically, I'm just, bleh. I did forget to trim my bangs today. Also, I really didn't think I was going to stream today, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to trim my bangs today. Chat. Does she overlap them to make them fit? Does she overlap them to make them fit? I don't think so, because then it kind of defeats the purpose on the reusable sticker book, right? Because if I don't overlap them, this is what it's going to look like. Oh, that's actually not bad at all. Wait, okay, I don't mind that. We don't hate it. We're doing that. Oh, I should have done it in, like, rainbow order. Also, I've been meaning to warn you, don't open my DM unless you are having a bad day. Unless you're having a bad day. Oh, so I'm having a good day, don't read it. I was being sappy. Alright, Panda Monster. I will not open your message unless I'm having a bad day. I appreciate that warning. You guys redo it? Okay. Well, I think I'll do that where yeah. I'll just do 3 per page. I like that. We'll do that. All right, we'll do this one first. I don't even remember where this one's from. Dynamite? TNT. It's Oh, you know what? This might be the Duke Nukem sticker. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like it would have, like, Duke Nukem on it. I don't know. Tom would know. I don't know what the sticker's from. I do not remember. Ba ba bum da 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 dun dun. Okay. 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 Oh my god, I just sounded like Tingle from Legend of Zelda. Oh my god. Like it goes like I honestly I don't think I'd be able to replicate that. When like Tingle does his like little dance in Majora's Mask. You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about. What is it? Oh, it's a sticker book! Supernova got this sticker book for me off of my Throne wish list. And so that's the cover. Ooh, she's so pretty. And I have all of these G Fuel stickers because G Fuel sends me a lot of free shit. And in every single one of their boxes that they send are like is a sticker with like your receipt. And then in a lot of the collector's boxes, in the old collector's boxes, there'd be another sticker that was like themed to the collector's box. But now the collector's boxes have theme stickers, but they're like shaped too. So they look different now. I want to use all my stickers. Tingle is so funny. Is it Tinkle or is it Tingle? I can't remember. What's up, Moses? Okay, that's fair, Panda Monster. I really appreciate that warning. Skitter! Mwah! Think of the forehead kissy. I should show you. This is all of my singles. So these are all stickers that are all individual. I should show you my extras. Oh, the scrapers to get air bubbles out. Oh, you see, this is why I keep you around, Supernova. You're so smart and tall and talented and handsome. Quit showing off your notebook. I don't want to buy myself. You have, wait! And you hardly have anything in the rest? Shut up, expert. That's so funny. So you have a sticker book? And they're way bigger. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is this is going to be a G Fuel sticker book. I'm going to start from the front and start putting all of my rectangles in there. And then I'm going to leave space. And then I'm going to start from the back and do my shaped ones that I have for my collector's boxes. And then meet in the middle so that I can collect and grow, you know? And I mean, there's a bunch of pages and they're double-sided, so I'm sure I can do that realistically and have this for a while before having to need a second one, right? For all my pixel stickers, wait, if you've won a giveaway, you probably have a bunch of stickers. How many do you have, if you don't mind me asking? This is the best 8.5 by 11 one. So I didn't realize this was 8.5 11 when I added this to my wish list. Oh, here's the next one that we have. So this sticker is from this. They only made like one tub of this. It's the Fusions one. It was sour cherry and blue ice together. And I didn't actually try this one. My mom actually bought this and she used code kittens. That was pretty cute. And this was from that release. Oh, really? Panda, that's awesome. Oh, expert, shut up. Oh, expert, that makes me sad. I'm so sorry. Some sticker books have cheap paper, and it's hard to move the stickers that have been in there a while. Oh, cool. Wait, so do you have this exact same one, Loki? Do you have the purple or the blue? Not hate, just genuine care. I have never understood the collection of stickers, card, figures, statues, games, and other media I totally get. But where does the fascination with stickers come from? I don't know. It started when I was a kid. I've shown it before. I have my very first Pokemon card binder. Was my first sticker collection. And it is completely just like riddled on over and over on top, stacked on top, stickers. Lisa Frank, I liked Lisa Frank's designs, but I never had any of her stickers. My mommy and daddy wouldn't buy them for me. And so I never had any of her stuff, but I used to have Puffy stickers, and I loved that they're on my binder. I still have them from when I was like 6 years old. I think it was 6 is when I got it. I don't know. I think stickers are neat. It's like art. Who's meowing? Leave him alone. Do you want this paper? Okay. Well, then be a good boy. There's Jasper fur all over this book. Oops. Oh, I hear a dig down. I hear a dig down happening behind me. Oh, the diggy down. Kentucky to Minnesota? That's a huge move. You said you're not doing it? Oh. Oh my god. That's so lovely. Ooh, so clean. So clean. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Hello? Whoa! Thank you so much for the sub. Okay, so I know how I'm not playing. I know I'm not playing Expedition 33 right now, but I am going to. I just like to do like a little just yapping before I get into the game. I promise I'm going to. But Tronic, thank you for the brand new sub. Enjoy your 90. Count them. Your 90 emotes, your ad-free view, and your sub badge, and enjoy your Clair Obscur Expedition 33 Twitch badge as well. Thank you so much. That is so heckin' sweet of you. Go, boo, go! Should I organize these by color or something? I don't know. Jordan! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead, QC. Got disqualified because of AI usage and development, right? Wait, what do you mean? Also, hi, Roguish. I don't know if you said hello. I love the world record speed run of 3.5 hours to title screen though. Shut up. So if you if you guys weren't here yet for yesterday's stream for day one of Expedition 33, I streamed for like 5 hours yesterday, but I didn't start I didn't start the game till like 45 minutes in, and it took about what, like you said, about 3.5 hours to get to the title screen. Welcome back, expert. I was saying that Kentucky to Minnesota is a big move, but you said you're not doing that, right? A word before I am a man, it's a creature before I can stand, or remember before I forget. Okay, she's sorting them. Oh, that was my butt. That's tickled. Creature before I could stand. That's fine. Okay. I want to do them in this order. This will make me happy. We were yapping. Wait, today is day 2 of 33? Yeah, she tries to beat Expedition 33 in 33 days. I have a work sticker on my laptop because of how I store my laptop while I am at my office desk. What sticker do you have on your laptop? Sticker book asks. This is my first time. This is my first time with sticker book. It got disqualified from an award show for generative AI usage in the development of the game. Oh. Well, I'm not doing an award show for it, so I think it should be okay, right? Dad wouldn't survive the car ride. Oh! Oh! So your whole family would have to move. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm trying to like theme them out, like doing like groups of 3. You know what I mean? Spades! Spades! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kiss. Everyone say hello to Spades this summer, you're banned. If you streamed literally every day of those 33 days, you could definitely do it. You have so much faith in me, and I appreciate that. All right. What are we thinking? Okay, so I put the stickers on the right pages on the left side, right? On this side, I'm thinking we put them just towards the spine every time, right? Because I don't want to do that. No. I actually, if you guys vote the other way, you're wrong. I'm going to do it this way. I don't have audio. Hi, Spades! I love you! Being a music myself, you'd be coming with me? Oh, hell yeah. Well, damn. Well, I'm glad you're not going because we want Dad to be okay. Cayman! Thank you for the forehead kiss, you. You're so amazing, hot and tall. Literally, no, yo. Company names Fishing Club. Don't take the bait. Oh, that's very funny. Oh, I love that for you. Jasper needs tweets? Okay. Okay. Thanks for feeding Jasper. I'm just joking. I got you. Jasper, come here. Come here. Jump off your throne. Come here. Bye, Rogish. Come here. You have to. Okay. Someone tell Roots to eat something. All right, he's on his throne. Oh, look, you don't have to get up because you're on your throne. Into not doing something stupid. W dead. Wait. W dead, right? Unless we feed him. Aww. Oh. Why are you on your throne? Get on your throne. All right. Oh. Big mouth. Big mouth. Oh. Oh. Ah. That was so cute with the fudgies. Okay. Thank you, mods. Sorry. Something annoying just happened, and I had to get a second opinion and be like, I'm not the only person that thought that that was really rude, right? Okay, cool. Thanks, mods. I'm not looking for an echo chamber with my mods. Oh, you're still here. No, you're good. No more treats for you. I'm not looking for an echo chamber for my mods. I just want to know that I don't think that... I just want to know that I'm not just feeling this way because I'm tired and, like, crabby. Because I don't feel like I'm crabby. I'm just tired. But something annoying just, like, happened in chat and was like... I'm not crazy for thinking that that was really rude, right? Like, yikes. I'll be an echo chamber? No, I don't want that. Because, like, I don't want people to, like, tell me I'm right. Like, especially if I'm wrong. Like, I want people... Because I know it's hard. I know it's hard as fuck to call people out. Especially, like, friends and stuff like that. But, I don't know. Like, I want to be told, like, okay... And especially since, like, I'm autistic. And I want to know, like, okay... actually, like, you're, this was... I can see... Like, I want someone to tell me, like, I can see why you think this way. But, this is actually how it happened. So you're okay or whatever. And like it's fine if people do that, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Like cuz like I've done that though, Mama J. Whereas like I messaged Rusi recently. I don't even remember what it was. But I did message Rusi recently and it was like I need validation. Like, I need you to agree with me. I didn't use those words, but I might as well have. And she knows. She knew. She knew. Same page. Same brain. Yeah, this one was like, I needed a second opinion. Like, cool. Get back to the missing... Oh, no. There was no tea to be had. The only tea that people know are the mods. Yeah, okay. Ah! Thank you, guys. Also, Adrian! Mwah, thank you for the forehead, Kisi. Bum, 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 But I swear we're gonna start the game soon. I just want to get, like... I'm not gonna do all these stickers. Well, I guess it depends on how quickly we get into it, but... Ugh. Oh, Tom. Is that Ghost? It is. If you were being quiz, you're overthinking, and I know you would. And will. Oi, Chamoy. Look at how pretty this sticker is. This is my Uwuzi sticker. Because it's got... Oh, I think it's called Little Sunshine. But this is our little, like, greenery. Shrubbery! I like the Sakura one the most. I don't know if I've done it one yet. Did I do that one yet? Or you just... Or is it a new one? Is it a new one? I don't think so. Okay. I just love it. Oh, I know which one you're talking about! Okay. Okay, no. I know which one you're talking about. This one. Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah. No. I knew exactly what you were talking about. Oh, is there, Rootsy? You are so funny. Rootsy, do you mind adding to that? Just because, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I just wouldn't mind having screenshots if that's okay. You're so hot. Oh. Also, Rootsy, if you don't want to do it, you're totally fine. We can add some mod to do and I'll do it later. Ah, fudge! Ooh, that came off so, like, smooth, you know? Actually, I'm gonna have to... Came off so well, I have to actually undo the whole thing. Oh, nope. That was uneven. No, that's uneven too. Okay, see, this is where the sticker book comes in handy, because look at how she just comes right off. Look how she just comes. Right off. I love this thing! This thing is so cool! Okay. Alright, so here's page 1. Ayo. Here's page 1. Ooh, there's no theme with this one. It was just the first 3 that I grabbed. And then here's page 2, which is more of like our springy sticker. So we have these really pretty roses. Ooh, look at the roses. Ooh. And then our rootsy sticker with our little like greenery on there. And then this is like our springtime sticker. Yeah. Yeah, little gone. Like, don't get a ruler, because I'm sure if you guys look closely enough, it's going to be uneven, but we just won't look at it. Alright. I think that satisfied me enough that I am ready to play the game. Grab it a level? No! Oh my god. If you guys ever come over to my house, that is not an invitation. That was me I'm making a joke right now. If anybody were to ever come into my house, I haven't really ever used a level while setting up my shelves. And don't ever use a level when looking at my shelves or my posters that I have hung up, because she doesn't have the patience for that, so she's not gonna do it. I don't give a fuck. It's just me and my pets that live here. Like, who's gonna see it? Oh, was that? Oh, hold on. Everyone shut up. There's something more interesting. I'm just joking. Oh, that was a joke. It's that. Okay. I'm seeing the connections. Hold on. Actually, hold on. I'm never coming over. You always have an invitation. I'll send you a key. I'll send you a key to my house. The conspiracy board. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you get off the Star Island? Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Actually, don't. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna like ban you or time you or anything, Moses. I'm not like yelling at you. I'm just gonna say as a general for everybody, please don't ask like, did you get here yet? Did you get there yet? Have you seen this person yet? Have you met this person yet? Have you fought this person yet? Because those are all spoilers. So, like, for example, you saying, did you get off the first island yet? Makes me, now I know that there's other islands. You know what I mean? So, shh. Shh. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Did you get past the title screen yet? Raven, thank you for the 160 stream streaks. What the fudge? What the fudge? Expert! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead QC. Mira! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead QC. I'm sorry, Mira, I missed you. Guys, everyone say hello to Mira and Raven. Everyone say hello to my mods. If it hasn't happened prior to this section of the game, just assume. Yeah, exactly. I'm not spoiling shit for you. I plan to see your gen reaction to everything. I cried a lot yesterday. Oh, I'm not wearing any makeup today, so if I cry, there won't be any mascara or anything running. My videos applied because of how they explain the leaving in ships in the beginning of the game. Oh, I did go on a ship. I did do that. Extra pets? Thanks for the extra pets. Alright, should I open up the game? Guys, I'm so thirsty right now. Alright, I'm literally about to trim my bangs right now. They're so fudging long. I want to scream. Everybody scream! Star Island. Oh, okay. Okay, fair. Gotcha. Fair. I can't see. I can't see. I literally, I can't see. Alright, I'm just gonna search Clair. Oh my god. Lil Gone, I'm literally close to trimming them. They're so long. Like, I look ridiculous. I look like one of those, like, shaggy dogs. You guys ever see that movie? What was it? What was it called? Cats versus Dogs? Have you guys seen that movie? Canary! Mwah. Think with the forehead kissy. Oh, Shinobi. Yeah! Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like one of those shaggy dogs. Like, he's like a shaggy dog. Oh, the stream's probably gonna lag for a second while the game's loading. Please tell me that's a quote, Kyle. Please. Please tell me that's a quote. Ew. Why does it make that sound? Oh, that's from Lady and the Tramp. Oh. I like that movie. That was a cute movie. I would have to watch that again. I'm not going to get any references from it, unfortunately. Not from Lady and the Tramp, but Lady and the Tramp, I'll probably understand some references. But I think Cats vs. Dogs I've only seen like once. I outgrew the version of me that stayed, or I let the past rest where it belonged. Oh, where'd you hear that, Shinobi? Most things I say are for movies or references. Also, everyone say hi, Kyle! Oh, no, you're good, Logan. I only saw one. Shut up. Really? Moses. You gotta fix that shite. What's up, Yep Yep? Really? No way. Mama J, that's so cute. 2-0? Wait, on what? Sorry, I'm like, oh, I'm screaming because my volume is so loud. Are a lot more clever in my... Jasper. What? Jasper's got his little... Oh, okay. Jasper's like got his like little paws on my lap. It's so cute. Did you want to come up here, honey? You clearly want something. All right. Oh, okay, expert. All right, can everyone tell Tom and Rootsy to eat something right now? Please, it would make me so happy. Hi, Sergeant Larry. You're not evil, Larry, are you? I've been hearing a lot about this evil Larry that Tom's been talking about. Oh, Shinobi dope. Okay, that's cool. Panda, dog, or cat? Nar. Thank you, Goku. Yes! But Larry, I'm so excited. I played it a little bit yesterday. And I really mean only a little bit. Give treats to Tom and Rootsy. Shut up. I'll go get my blackberries. Why is he evil? I actually don't know yet. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out, though. I'm gonna find out why they're evil. I gotta pull up chat on my phone. There we go. Oh. Something was moving in my back door. Oh, that was a raccoon! I can't show you guys it because I'll be doxing myself. Oh, but this fat-ass raccoon just, like, walked across my backyard. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, well, man, I missed that. Rudy! We'll definitely steal your peener if you don't eat something. Okay, so are you making the same reference? Doggo, though? Okay, doggy. I like that. I like the back and forth. The tapestry will tomorrow? Okay, slay less. You said dog, right? Okay. Thank you so much, Moses. I really appreciate you. Oh, hello. Look at you. Oh, here comes your brother. Sorry, Boo was here first. Oh boy. All right, up. I'm not putting that in my mouth. Dumb dog. Sorry, Din Din, we just need a couple things to start. Oh, okay, good. Okay, well, I'm glad you're gonna eat. I'm glad you're gonna eat. Oh, I just realized I could rub my eyes because then I'm not wearing makeup. What are you gonna have for dinner? We're doing okay. So, do you guys just want to sit on the title screen for like a couple hours or something? I'm joking. Chicken pot pie. 2-1 now, thanks to a biscuit getting sniped. What's a biscuit? Biscuit. Oh, the puck. Oh, 33 hours of title scream. Let's go. Another talking stream. What's up, Billy? Oh, Moses, I bawled a lot yesterday. Yeah. Do you think I've learned how to do combat any better than I did yesterday? Probably not. Hi, Jinx. Really, how you doing? Cheeks, how you doing? Happy Saturday, happy weekend. No? Yeah. I don't think so either. I did dream about this game, though. Have you really? Wait, how long have you had the game, Raven? I'm very proud of you. That's dope. Rhythm game. Also, Willie, mwah, think of the forehead kissy. Okay, Moses, that makes me feel so fudging good. You have no idea. Because I literally did a tutorial battle with, what's her name? Mael? No, yeah. Mael, yeah, like 6 times in a row. And I still didn't get all the dodges, but I did finally beat her. A breakfast wrap. Oh, I don't know. I know that Tim Hortons is a thing, but I've never been to one. Bacon, eggs, and hash. I love hash browns. My first playthrough of the original Final Fantasy VII. I've never played. Oh my God, Sergeant Larry. Will you still like me if I tell you that I've never played Final Fantasy ever? Not a single one. I suck at Souls-like games, and I was hesitant to play this at all because it's basically Souls-like, and it's like the entry level, so it's okay. Okay, yeah. March 20th. Also like a month. This human couldn't skate for anything after 4 seasons. I've actually made my skates blood more times than my brothers. That means, like, that you're better than him, is what you're telling me? Cloud is tattoo on my arm. My little emo cross-dressing blonde. Cloud, okay, Cloud is blonde. Big sword. Black outfit, question mark? Camilla was playing it and I got hooked watching her, so I broke down and bought it. Wait, for Expedition 33? Or Souls? She never played a Final Fantasy. I've never played a Final Fantasy. Yeah, okay. I know who Cloud is. After this game, I'm convinced Jennifer English is a Game Award magnet. I agree. I've seen people make jokes saying, hey, if you guys want a Game Award, hire Jennifer English to do voice acting. Did you, Tom? Okay, slay less. Backward launch. Happy 1-year anniversary to Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33. She was in Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, Expedition 33. That's 22, 25, and 26. Oh, okay, so not 23 or 24. Damn. Well, what was she doing in 2023 and 2024? Oh, probably working on Baldur's Gate, eh? Oh my God, please do, Tom. Please get food. That would really mean a lot to me. Remember when Jennifer Hale was in every game? Jennifer Hale. Didn't she do stuff with Rooster Teeth too? Was she the one that did who's the voice of Cortana? Was that Cortana? I get their names mixed up a lot. There's too many Jennifers. No offense if there's any Jennifers in chat, but there's just a lot of. Oh, no, that's Jen Taylor, right? I don't know. There's so many Jens. There's so many Jennifers that do voice acting. Otaku, mwah, think of the forehead kissy. Is it Jen Taylor that does Cortana? Bye, Little God! Little God, have a great rest of your weekend. I need to see this evil Lair. Apparently he's on Instagram. She was Lady Shepard in Mass Effect. There may have been a sale on Mass Effect today. I may have got a couple. She was in Halo 4. But she wasn't Halo 4. Oh, wait, Jennifer Hare or Jen Taylor? Go enjoy your ramen! She said it was a pretty good track record, Chrysalis. Ash. Wait! Hale? Jennifer Hale is Ash and Jetpack Cat? What's up, Maroon Dragon? Yep. Oh. Well, she makes a very good cat. Meow. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, pause the game, but if I click off the game, it stops music. I'm glad you guys like that. Alright. Interesting. Oh, is there? Probably. I don't feel like it though. Cause I kind of like it. Mute focus should be the name. Oh, of the setting. Have you started yet? I started yesterday. Sorry, there's an ad playing right now, so I want to wait. Oh, the feature? Cool. Thank you. Mute focus. So, I hate it, but then I also, like, am so used to it because I have it on my Dead by Daylight as well. And there are times where I actually kind of love it. I don't know. Sorry, I'm waiting for the ads to start or stop. Is very early Act 1. Yeah. Yeah, I did stream this yesterday, so technically I'm in day 2. Yeah, but I like Mama J said, I did not make any progress at all. I think I got to my first expedition flag. You had to do an engine EMI, as far as I'm aware though. What is that? Oh, there's the ad. Okay. Cause now I want to wait. I want to wait for the ad to be done because I want to start like right now. But I saw that the ad was about to start. So I was like, oh. I missed your first playthrough of this yesterday. My wife, I decided to give up. Oh, Brad, I need you to know I made no progress. As far as actual in-God game time, I've made maybe less than 30 minutes. Sure. Oh, I remember that. I remember Spades talking about that, Mira. I remember that. Oh, really? Oh, Chrysalis, I think that's above my pay grade. Have you cried yet? Oh, big, like, Pragmata tears. Like that emote, or that badge for Pragmata. Just big tears, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that again. For cutscenes. Just focus. Alright, we're back. Alright, so we're gonna start playing the game again. This is my first playthrough. Oh, okay, actually, man, I really wish I wrote this down, but I didn't. I'm gonna make a pinned comment right now. I'm sorry, Pixel, you said you're gonna play the game. I know. New E33 Twitch match. I'm trying to remember what it was yesterday. Get a hub or yourself for the new badge. Auto resub and primes don't count. This is Pixel's first playthrough, so please no backseating or spoilers. Pixel will specifically ask chat for help if she needs it. Kiss. If there are spelling errors, I don't care. Fuck, there is one! Alright, she cares a little bit. She cares a little bit. I'm retyping it. Because I do want the emote to be there. Shut up. Shut up. If there's... Okay, maybe if there's one spelling error, I'll fix it once. There you go. No, just don't look at the other message, guys. Don't look at that one. And then I am going to do this. I'll add it to my own personal mod comment. So there, it's not lost. Perfecto! What's up, Lobster? Yeah, Brad, you really didn't miss anything. you need to make a new, make a file. Yeah, that's about my pay grade. Metroid. Samus Aran, no way. Oh, and Bayonetta too, that's very cool. So she's like the voice actress. Gotcha, alright, continue. Okay. Okay, this playtime, the playtime says 3 hours and 36 minutes. I need to reiterate, that is maybe about 30 minutes of actual gameplay. I had the game open, but I wasn't actually playing. You know, so you'll see. You'll see. For anyone who has played this game before, you'll see what I mean. Because you're going to be like, you're only here? I need you guys to know, I'm only here. So, I did meet whoever this was. Luna? Fuck. Luna? Lune, right? So I met Lune. I obviously met Gustav. I fought that guy. And then I rested, so he's back again. And this is as far as I've gotten. So I've gotten to officially my first this is my first expedition flag that's not the tutorial expedition flag. So, Lune, okay, cool. Thank you. So, here we are. I think I remember what to do. I think I do this, and I do right bumper for first strike! Cool, okay. Okay. Sorry if I'm, like, screaming. Hello? Like, I feel like I'm screaming right now. Am I screaming? Okay. Okay. Skills. Immolation. Even when you are, it's okay for us. Wait. I'm not what? Playing with this controller, so it's what? Oh, yeah! I opened up the game and it said, you better use PC. Or, I'm so sorry. You better use controller. I was like, okay. I'll do whatever the good old thing tells me to do. Oh, I have to dodge, shut up. Oh, too early. Ah, too late, okay. I'll get there. Oh, I'm not loud. Thank you. Sorry, Moses, I forgot what I was doing. Or forgot what I was talking about. I'm not loud. Even when you scream, it's not loud. Okay, that's good. Keyboard and mouse. I know life this game. You have a platinum? Did you do this on keyboard and mouse or did you do it on controller? Play this on controller. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what the game said. The game, like, before I even got to change any, like, options, like, before I even got to, like, the settings menu, it said, you need to play this game on controller. That's what it said to me. That's so funny.
Well, that will help.
That will help. Let's go schmackle-dackle this guy. Cool. You use mouse and keyboard. DLC to come with. Oh, that's right. It was a free DLC, no? Can I have a mod ticker that? I learned my lesson really quick. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, there's a whole new area. Shut up. That's dope. Thank you. I definitely use controller. Oh, that's fair, Rune Dragon. Lobster. Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. All right, we continue. Lumina learnt. Lumina learnt. What does that mean? Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. Oh, she's vibrating. Aha! Oh, okay. I see what you guys mean about the vibrating being nice. The vibrating is really nice because I would not have known to look around if it weren't for that vibration. Gustav, I like Gustav as well. He reminds me a lot of Robert Pattinson, though. Not that it's a bad thing. I love Robert Pattinson. I think he's great. But I can't, like, I literally look at him and was like, that is clearly my boy, Edward. I play this game with the steering wheel. Come back when you play it with the DDR, Matt. I'm joking. I've seen people do, I think it was like, was it Sandwich that did a DDR map for something? I remember what it was. Oh, it was like Crash Bandicoot or something. Challenge accepted, Slay. Ew. Okay, so when you said it was a Souls game, this guy looks like it's a Souls enemy. You know, someone played DDR with Elden Ring. I don't know if that was Sandwich, but I think I have seen someone did that. I know Sandwich is something with DDR. I can't remember what it was though. I don't think it was Elden Ring though, but I did see that. Well, there's Hey I'm Joe that plays DBD Billy as Killer with the steering wheel, and it's the coolest scene ever. Rooster, caw-caw! They go with the forehead cues too. Charlie Cox. Oh yeah. Daredevil, right? Someone taught me that yesterday. Enjoy your lurky turkey, Shinobi. Yeah, but he looks like Edward from Twilight. Exactly. He totally does. A goldfish be Elden Ring, like an like a Twitch plays Pokemon kind of thing. I don't know if he's an enemy. Okay, that's an enemy. Okay. So, you know what's funny? I was dressed like that yesterday. If you guys saw that. Mine protects itself. So Tom's not here, but Tom's favorite Pokemon is Mr. Mime. This game is aggressively French. No way.
Ice shatter. Let us stay home.
Oh! I forgot what the dodge button was. Sorry. Oh. I forgot what the dodge button was. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I'll do it.
I do not want to retry that battle. Like, I was way too powerful. Did I go, like, wait, wait, hold on. Let's not go there yet. Oh, Tom! You're joking! So, I just fought a mime character, and I feel bad about fighting it. Well, I guess not so bad anymore, because he just murdered the hell out of me. But it felt bad because it was like, it's literally Tom, because I know you love Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime! He can handle it. Yeah, he murdered me, so I'm dead. I'm dead. This is my afterlife. Oh, I wanted to look at this weird lady. Like, what is that about? Jesus. Luna is so cool, guys. I love her. okay. Whoa. Alright. I feel like I should have got that. You can't ask my someone's weird. Oh, I didn't read that. Shit. I didn't read that. Wait, go back. You dodged? Wait, teach me how to dodge. I don't know how to do that.
I'm ready.
Stop dodging. No, wait, I don't know how to do it. Hold on.
I'll do
Oh, I was close. That was close. Oh, oh, she did it. She did it. Oh, oh. Okay, sorry. I didn't know who was attacking. I wasn't know who I was looking at. What's up, 3 raccoons? Hi, Stellar Bear. Mwah, mwah. Think of the forehead kissy. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for teaching me that. Can you stop dodging? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm understanding actually what I'm doing wrong. I'm not supposed to be using. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to dodge. I forgot to dodge. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Give her a second. I don't know what I'm doing. What's up, Smosey? Smosey at me. Weekend. I was talking to Kels and I asked her if she wanted to help me organize a dodgeball tournament with streamers. Shut up. Did you really? Okay, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna do that thing where I am going to try to figure out how to dodge. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Okay, I can do it. Can I have an average Joe? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, wait, damn it. Okay. Who's attacking? Okay, this one. Oh, I don't know the timing yet. Chill. Okay, try to shoot. Just only shoot is what you're timing. Can I dress up as an average Joe? Can I dress up as Vince Vaughn? I feel like this game would stress me out. Brad, once I figure out how to dodge, it's game over. Get over how Leon is a DILF. Real. You can dodge Rents, you can dodge a Gomage. Shut up! What's the tip, Rude Dragon? What do you got for me? Where do I shoot at him? Do I just shoot his face? Oh. Can I heal? Oh, I can revive an ally? Shut up.
Let's keep going.
Oh, that does so much more damage. Why was I not doing that from the beginning? Oh, sound. So I should be sounding. Hi, Melodol. Shoot the kneecaps. Is that a knee? I don't know. That might be a penis, actually. Let's heal. Oh, I don't have any more healing. Oh, okay. Well, Lune deserves it. Oh, skip turn. I see it now. Okay, audio cue. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Nope, I didn't get it. Okay, I'll get it. Aim. Alright, let me shoot your penis. There you go. Dead. Oh, you're all out. Easy. I got one dodge, right? Oh, I didn't get any. Bow to the almighty Leon's moans. Bow to Leon's moans. I know, Tom, right? If you can't tell when they will be by the physical movement, listening to the sounds can help. Okay, that is great to know. Stop it, Tom. This whole game is about dodge, and that is the one thing, Melodol, that I have no idea what I'm doing. The biggest thing that I don't know what I'm doing. I feel confident that I'll get everything else, but the dodge I just don't get. And I think the biggest thing that I'm really frustrated about with the dodge thing is that they made the tutorial that I was doing with Sophie so different than every other dodge mechanic. Because with Sophie, there was like a clear slow motion thing that Sophie did with every dodge, and that made me think that when I did my battle with Mael, that... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I thought I was gonna collect something.
Trees.
Something's
I wanna go back down.
disrupting the chroma around
I
here.
was not done
Be
exploring yet.
careful.
But when I did my battle with Mael, she totally smoked me because it was completely different than my battle with Sophie. Rune Dragon, I imagine that's what I need to do, right? Learn as fast as possible because you will. Yeah, I'm trying to. That's why I fought Mael like 6 times yesterday because I just wanted to learn how to do it. Okay, there's an enemy there. I want to fight him. Yeah, I want to fight you.
This one looks dangerous.
What do you mean? All right. I'm taking it as a cue that I'm not ready yet. I'm taking it as a cue that I'm not ready yet. That's all I need to know. And then drinking something nice and cool. Ooh, what are you drinking? Maximus! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead, QC. Alright. What's this blue tree got for me? Nothing? Look at how pretty this is. I'm playing on low settings. Ooh. I'm playing on low settings, by the way.
Nice.
Nice! So pretty. Oh, is that the indigo tree? That's not very purple. I gotta sit different. Like, oh, cold iced tea? Slay. In no way are you ready for 40 attempts. I'm gonna save that Borderlands as a spoiler a little bit, by the way, Rune. Like, I know that people are really, really excited to see people play a game that they've played and enjoyed before. If you were here, I would do this. What's up, Dragon Set of Plays? Dragon Set of Plays at the weekend. Oh, so, mwah, thank you for the forehead kissy. I am curious. Ooh, can I get an exclamation point Pixel says? Because that was a really good command that Loki made for us. Because I'm about to say something right now. And it's a rhetorical question. I don't want anyone to confirm or deny. I'm just making a comment. I feel like the colors on their, like, bodies kind of correlate to their, like, difficulty. Because this guy's blue. And that guy down there was, like, green. So I wonder if that has anything to do with their, like, level of difficulty. Je know. Thanks, guys. A new mouse and keyboard? What did you get? Oh, actually, only mods can trigger it, Ginger, so that was, Tom did trigger that. What's up, Spartan? No way! Wait, I have the course, I just got the Corsair Galleon. What did you get? Sorry, I appreciate though. Oh, too late. I appreciate though, Ginger. So I did say someone. Oh shit, I have no health. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I forgot that I have to heal. So this will be fun. Fluffy jacket. I forgot to heal. No, thank you. Thank you for, like, it's fine. Gustav is hanging in there. He's doing great, sweetie. Look, everyone tell Gustav how great he's doing. Everyone tell him how great he's doing. Good job, Gustav. You're doing great, sweetie. Shit. Shit! I had it too! I was just too early! Gustav, you're fired? That's the duality of my mods. Tom, you're doing great, Gustav. Gustav, you're fired! Oh, I took a screenshot in game. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to take a screenshot of my OBS. And it's not letting me. Ugh. God, I fucking hate this. a screenshot that because it's so funny. Retry battle. Yeah. Because I want to see if I can dodge. Wah! Okay. Whoa! She just dodged twice in a row. I don't want to say that that's a big deal, but I do want to say that's a pretty big deal. I decided against. Oh wait, hold on. I was looking at the Galleon, but it is my price range. I got the K70 Core by Corsair for my keyboard. Also decided against going the Galleon because for 350 a lot of people are complaining that the updates are break. Oh, are they really? Oh, thanks, Spartan. That's really nice of you. What up, Chevy? Chevy, happy weekend. You're invited to the dodgeball tournament. Tom, I'm not gonna lie. If I was not invited to the dodgeball tournament, I probably would have gotten a really big case of FOMO and assumed that you hated me. So thank you for inviting me, because I'll do it. Chevy! Mwah. Think of the forehead kiss. See, I think so, Rune Dragon. Warmer throwing arm. I will play dirty, by the way. Oh, Shinomi, stop it. I'm gonna get a complex, guys. She's gonna get a complex. Okay, and then attack you. And then you are gonna do this. Oh, I thought, okay. And then you are gonna do... this.
Get ready.
Okay. So does that mean I did it perfect because she countered? Because that's 3 dodges in a row is what you're telling me. Holy shite. No way. No way. Yes, turn-based combat. Oh my god. Oh, that was awesome. Ah. What's up, Bacon? Bacon, happy weekend. Oh, I'm so pumpkin glad. That was awesome. Die, stupid. And I took no damage. I took 0 damage. Look at that. Look at me. Which you just did. Yeah! How far are you in this amazing game? Not at all. Far at all. Like, if I had to give a percentage, I would probably say like 1%. But I'm having a good time at this 1%. No, Shabby, that means a lot. I'm actually playing Veilguard off stream. Yeah.
An advantage.
An advantage. Because I know someone's going to ruin it for me, and I don't want it to get ruined for me. That really means a lot. I did get... I did just buy Mass Effect, though. And I've never played the Mass Effect games. So, do I ever? That was so cute. Shut up. That's so cute. Alright, I gotta go back and heal. I want to explore really quickly. Ooh, what's this? Oh, climbing. Well, let's see if there's an expedition flag up here.
Before and set up these handholds.
Probably Expedition 69.
Ha!
Climbers Expedition.
He said a
Let's
funny.
thank them for that.
He said 69. That's a sex thing, guys. Yeah, I've never played Mass Effect. I knew it! See, I knew there'd be a flag. My flag senses were tingling. Everyone type nice in chat. Well, not about this. Not about the death. Really? Shabby sounds a good weekend. Nice! What'd you call me? Probably hot and tall and talented. Usual. Hi, Joopy. I don't think it's a bad
Something's wrong
guy.
with it.
Do you listen to the ambient music, Gustav?
Why isn't it
Clearly, it's not an
attacking us?
enemy. It would have scarier music if it was an
Certainly
enemy.
Attack them.
Oh, hi!
An
Hi,
expedition journal.
Joopy.
81.
Guys, I don't know how I'm going to tell you how obnoxious I'm going to be when they mention Expedition 67.
Learn from the ones who came before.
And lay the trail for the ones who come after.
For the ones who come after. 6, 7? How did I just spill tea everywhere?
Expedition 81.
Oh, it was the
Lemon.
cap.
Huge discovery.
Huge.
This is the first Nevron with whom we've been able to communicate. It seems stuck in this cave. Gregoire is, as usual, deeply suspicious, but this could change our entire understanding of Nevrons and the Painters.
Not the number, yeah. Fight a boss before healing. Gustav just ready to throw hands. That's true. My boyfriend hates when I do the 6, 7 things, but it's just fun. It's so fun. For me, it's, I used to say, what did I used to say? Fudge. YOLO. I used to say YOLO all the time. Ironically. And then it became like a verbal stem, and this is before I found out I was autistic, and that's like, it made sense as to why like I had it as a verbal stem. And I don't know, 6, 7 is you did a 6, 7, you did a verbal stem, and you added a motion stem, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I'm doomed. Also, an ad is about to play. So I'm thinking, do you guys, because this game is pretty like heavily story based, should we just add stickers during the ads? Oh, they're teachers. So get fucked. I saw a really funny TikTok of some guy who was vacationing and in like some European country or something, and he said that he wanted to troll this teacher that was oot and a boot with like her students, and they were like taking like a group picture, and he did this behind the teacher, and like a group of like 20 kids just went 6, 7, and then he like ran away. The guy he said because he was a teacher and he wanted to troll, and it was just a really funny TikTok. You guys had to be there. Sticker about doing ads. All right, cool. The ad is starting soon, so it hasn't started yet, but it's gonna be starting soon. Oh, and then here's our new, here's a new sticker. I'm doing like an autumnal page right now. So here's the sticker that we're working on right now. Okay. Ah, ad is started. Cool. Cool. See you later. I can't tell if you're leaving because you're leaving, or if you're leaving because, or you're saying see you later because the ad just started. So if you're leaving, bye. Oh, it's Rosie's song! Mr. Crowley. But if you're saying that because of the ad, I'll see you in 60 seconds. What about French? What, more stickers? I'll have to get another book because this is my G Fuel book, or my G Fuel sticker book. Here's another autumnal one. I don't want to mix stickers. I haven't even thought about other stickers. Like, I should, though, because I'm pretty sure people have sent me stickers. Oh, no, I know for a fact people have sent me stickers. So, am I going to have to get another sticker book for... Actually, that would be super cool, though, to get another book and have community stickers in there. Because I actually do have a bunch of stickers that people have sent me. Like gifts and things like that. Mr. Crowley. So the reason why this is my Rootsy song is because Rootsy has a cat named Crowley. And I heard this song on my playlist the other day. And I was like, Rootsy! Cute. Alright, the ads are done. We got 2 stickers during those ads. Alright, if anyone sends me a pickle stickers, they're getting sent in my fist. I'm joking. Astrology sign check? She's a Libra. What are you guys? A page of 5 Nights at Freddy's stickers! Oh, a blue one! Yeah, it would have to be a different color. Scratch and sniff. Shut up. Scratch and sniff stickers would be so funny. Mr. Crowley. Alright. Can I get that? Can I get that flag?
Communicated with a Nevron.
The dead here don't disappear like in Mumia. Their chroma stays inside their bodies.
On the beach, some did disappear.
He wasn't a Nevron.
Something about the way Nevron's kill seems to affect our chroma.
Perhaps your friend here can enlighten us.
Disgusting Spartan.
It really does speak.
Speak!
What do you mean, light?
Did you kill these people?
Painted? By the paintress? If we bring it light,
I'm sensing a puzzle.
perhaps we can learn more.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
I'm sensing like maybe like a mirror puzzle or something. Oh, he looks like he's sitting in light. You look fine. I really want this because I really need to heal. So I'm gonna get that. Have you cried that? Yeah, I did. Really aggressively. Every year, the paintress paints a new number on the massive tree. It's a yearly countdown. Anyone who is the same age as that number is instantly blipped. This event is called the Gommage. The characters are on a quest to stop the paintress. Okay, so I wondered if that's what the numbers meant, like the numbers Mason. I wondered if that's how people died, and then they kept saying this was like the last generation or something. So I wondered if that's what it meant. That's crazy. Let's rest, because I'm going to forget to do that. Interesting. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Gustav. Attack power. I want to make you my tank. Yes. You, my speedy little demon. My speed demon. And then get your attack up there, because your attack. Yeah. Okay. Learn skills. Oh, yes, cool. Okay. So I can either save it or do that. And then you can learn the healing one. I do want to learn the healing one anyway, so we'll do that. Okay. Alright, well, I'm happy with that. And then I'll save Gustav's score point, skill, whatever point. Mr. Crowley. Your light, oh mistress, I sit in darkness, awaiting your light. You mean the paintress? What does she want you to do? She marked a path that we must walk, but here I sit in darkness. Without light, I cannot follow her. Follow where? What kind of light? A pure light. I must bring forth a flame that lights the path forward. Something flammable, then. Shine. I need to shine. Can't I, like, just set your thing on fire? Like, don't I have, like, firepower, or... What?
Flares!
Survivors!
Hurry!
Can't I use that flare for this thing? What does that sound?
Interesting.
New Pictos, burning shots, 20% chance to burn on free aim shot. Ooh. You. What did Dodger do? Gain 1 AP on perfect dodge. I am going to do burning shots and give it to Dodger. And then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to give you Dodger. Yeah, so now you finally have something, Gustav. Look, I finally thought of you. What is that thing made of? It looks like a ceramic warrior of sorts. I have no idea. It was called a pot. So, and it kind of moves, like the sound it makes when it moves sounds ceramic. Get into hand-me-downs? Yeah. Well, I feel like she's my better fighter at the moment. Now, that's green. And if my suspicions are... Whoa! If my suspicions are correct, green means hard. So I'm going to... Ah! Oh my god, it chases you. I did not realize it would do that. I thought it would only stay, like, in its vicinity. That is so funny. Okay. Okay, that was really scary. Too high. I'll be sleeping a little... Because I'm officially unk and I sleep early now. Tom, I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't have to cancel stream on Monday...
Wow.
Oh, shit! I forgot to tell you guys. I totally forgot. So I was gonna cancel stream today. Oh, and also, Tom, please go to bed. Especially because you just ate, too. You probably, like... Whenever I'm done eating, especially when I'm already tired, I always get, like, the itis and have to go to sleep anyway. So, no, please do your thing. Max! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kissy. So, I forgot to tell you guys. I got invited to watch the movie premiere of Mortal Kombat 2. So, I'm going to see that on Monday. And that's pretty heckin' cool. So, thank you for the invite to see Mortal Kombat 2. So, I get to see Mortal Kombat 2 like a whole week earlier than everyone else can. So, Mystic, mwah, thank you for the forehead kiss. See, I know. They said, like, cosplaying is encouraged, and it was like, guys, you invited me, like, a week ago. I don't know if I'm gonna get a costume in time. Like, I have some old, like, I have an old Katana, I have an old Melina, and I have an old Sonya Blade costume. But when I say old, I mean they're about, like, 15 years old. And I was a lot skinnier 15 years ago, so I definitely can't fit in those. And they're also, like, super, like, not a lot of clothing costumes. And I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll try, like some... I have some, like, generic ninja costumes that are, like, full body. And they just, like, don't have arms. Like, it's, like a tank bodysuit. So maybe I'll wear that if I can find it. But I don't know where it is. Jello! Thank you for the forehead, Yuzu. But yeah, I'm super cool. Or I'm super cool. I'm super excited, and it's super cool that. So I've been invited to a movie before. I got invited to watch Five Nights at Freddy's, but it wasn't an early premiere or anything like that. This is my first, like, movie premiere, so I have no clue how I'm supposed to dress, or besides, like, the whole cosplay thing, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the cosplay thing, but they said masks weren't allowed, because I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I could get, like, a scorpion mask on, like, Amazon or something, and they said masks weren't allowed, so can't do that. Hi, Music Kid. I'm telling chat that I can't stream on Monday because I got invited to a Mortal Kombat 2 movie premiere, and I'm so excited. I don't know how I got invited, but I actually think it may be the same company that invited me to the Sonic the Hedgehog Speed Cafe. I have no idea, Moses. I don't think it's a red carpet. I'm pretty sure it's the latter. Bring this to get in. I think they just need my name. I'm Pixel. I'm also bringing my brother there because I was too scared to go alone. Oh, Ginger got a shiny! Hell yeah, Ginger. I hope you're doing so good, Music Kid. Happy weekend. Hell yeah. Debbie shiny. Yeah. But that's why I'm not streaming on Monday and why I didn't cancel stream today, because I really wanted to cancel stream. I had a whole thing typed out. I already, like, was about to post an announcement. Okay, if it's not red carpet, then it's dress as you like premiere. I used to run a bunch of... Shut up! Really? Okay. So I don't need to, like, wear, like, a dress or anything. That's so good to know. I feel like if it was, like, a red carpet, they would tell me, right? Okay. So just dress comfy. Oh my god. Okay. Moses, that helps me a lot. Thank you so much. Are going for the midnight premiere. Shut up. Oh, I'm so happy for you guys. That's awesome. Are you gonna dress up? Are you, like, dress fancy? Because Miranda's always watching Music Kid. No stream Monday? No stream Monday. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm really excited, though. Yes! Oh, I want to see pictures if you feel comfortable with it. Yeah, I'd email Gunner and tell them I can't stream on Monday. Big sad. Big saddy sads. Yeah, oh, okay, cool. But bet. Can I jump down this? Oh my god, I can. So I could just skip that enemy. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna do it. I'm full health. Really? Oh, Moses, that sounds so fancy. Oh, I love that. Cool. There you go. And then attack. You. Beautiful. 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 Shut up. It's like my 4th dodge in a row. What the fudge is actually happening? This is Benny! First time. Moses, I can't tell you how grateful I am for your insight on this. Holy. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad at all. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I do have anonymous follows on, but I see you and I appreciate you. I didn't even say anything. Why I gotta shut up? Rabbit's like, what the fuck? Yeah, Benny, I did cry. Yesterday. I did do a hack and cry.
Interesting.
So, I'm ready to get destroyed emotionally. Ugh. Hi, Pixels. Pixels. Mwah. Think of the forehead. See, I did check the weather. I did.
A storm is coming.
Oh, first strike? Okay. That's actually the first thing I did. The first thing I did was check the weather. Tronic! Mwah. Think of your first forehead, Gizu. Oh, they, I know we're not gonna be queued outside because there's gonna be like a pre-party. There's a pre-party beforehand. It's an influencer thing. Like, it's an influencer invite thing. Have a good night, Slasher Bunny. Slasher Bunny, hope you had such a good stream today. Do I have a mod that's here that can give a shout out for Slasher Bunny? Slasher Bunny was doing a hack and stream earlier. You guys should go follow her. Brad, thank you for your first forehead, QC. Yeah, I did! I'm so happy for you. Really, Benny? Shut up, that's so funny. I love that for you. Feel the burn. You were at a tourney today. Oh, that's alright. That's alright. As long as you have fun, that's all that matters. That's literally all that matters.
A storm is coming.
I'm sorry, but that is my 5th dodge in a row, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I'm just so gagged. Yeah, but they're giving us drinks before the premiere, which is super cool. Moses, shut up. That's so dope. Oh, Benny! Yeah, I'm not wearing makeup today, so I can't ruin my eyeliner because there's none there. Oh, Kyle, you're so sweet. We're so proud of you, Slasher Bunny. Eclipse! Eclipse, mwah. Thank you for the forehead kiss, you. No way. I'm so happy. So happy we got like 5 dodges in a row. And I think like 2 of those 5 dodges were perfect. Oh, I'm ready. Honestly, I'm ready to fight everybody. Oh, sorry, hold on. Wait, hold on. I didn't know you could aim that, by the way. My bad. I didn't know that was aimable. Oh, shit, hold on. Oh, okay. I was too early on that. Okay. Okay, I'm getting it though. Eclipse! Eclipse, thank you for the 50 months. Wait, it made you do it again, Eclipse, because you had that the other day too. Well, thank you for the 50 months again, Sweet Pea. I appreciate that. Because remember, we had that one already, right? Or am I crazy? Oh, no thank you, Benny. I appreciate that though. But seriously, Eclipse, thank you so much for 50 months. Please go to sleep, Slasher Bunny. Thank you so much for stopping and saying hello. That really means a lot. Eclipse, thank you so much for 50 months. What the fudge? That's like more than 25. Oh, I don't know. No worries, I appreciate Benny. Benny, thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. You should start learning the parry now. Not yet, not yet. I want to get like 100 dodges in a row. And then I'll do parry. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Nice. 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 We're gonna be in low levels for a while. Don't be mean. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This will be useful.
This will be useful. Okay. Eclipse, I hope you're doing so good, homie. Okay, I got it. I didn't know I could aim that. Love you. Thanks for standing completely still, by the way, homie. That means a lot. Okay. Oh, no, I don't have that. You. Yeah. Okay. I'm paring down this game. Next game is Sekiro. Is Sekiro the name of a video game? Because I've never heard that before. I'm lame. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Hell yeah. That was awesome. Attack. Just regular attack. Yeah, cool. That's actually a first for me. No, I've never heard of that before. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Oh. A Legend of Zelda sticker book, so you know. You got it! No way! I've been putting stickers in my new G Fuel sticker book today. You're doing alright? Alright is better than terrible. Burning shots. Wait, are you guys gonna tell me what Sekiro
We
is?
could light something with this.
Sekiro, sorry. Inflammable resin. Man, I really wish there was some sort of like map. Or you know how in Skyrim there's like that little map in the top of the screen that tells you like a direction, like, oh, like this is north, south, east, west, like that kind of thing. I wish there was that, because I'm not gonna lie, my sense of direction is getting really messed up, and I'm not really sure where I've been or where I haven't gone, you know what I'm saying? It want to get, shut up, really? Oh! Huh.
We can use that.
That's dope. A revived tint, yippee! Have a good night, Shinobi! Everyone say good night, true Shinobi. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have the best weekend ever. And I'm sorry that we're gonna miss you guys on Monday. Another flag. The aspect ratio changed. I was like, waiting for the cutscene. Hi, tiny tiger.
Leo!
Ah! Really? 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 I'm not saying, Gustav, that you killed him.
Fuck. It's big.
Haven't heard that before.
Fall back.
That homie was alive until Gustav opened his big, fat Robert Pattinson mouth. Good evening, princess. Hi, Bubble Penguin. Cast a spell. What do you mean?
Get ready.
Oh. Whoa! Okay, let me mess that up. Oh, dude, go again! Some enemies have shields that protect them. Each shield completely blocks one hit. So, should I do this? One hit my ass, bitch.
Feel the burn.
Oh. Sorry, I forgot that there's QTEs. Sorry, I forgot.
Ready to obey. Dodge yourself. Brace yourselves. Chrome is flowing.
She did that shit. I'm gonna try this again.
Feel the
Ah! She got it this time. Good girl. That's me. I'm the good girl. Oh, I missed it. There's just so much on the screen, I don't know where to look. Oh, I thought I dodged that perfect. Fudgies, wudgies. Vec feels threatened. What does that mean? Summons minions! Oh.
good.
No, it's not looking good. You have 43 health. I think I have to heal her. Yeah, she's not looking good. I have to heal her. Shoot. Oh, wait, I'm stupid. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And then... I dodged too early. I wasn't sure which one. I wasn't sure what attack they were doing. Ah, fuck. As soon as I miss one, I get totally off, and I can't like do it again.
Take cover.
Okay, there we go.
For those who come off.
Oh, you got the thing! Oh, I missed it.
Careful.
I got an achievement.
It's building
Oh.
up chroma.
What do I do? Stun is a status effect that affects the character from playing. Okay, or prevents the character. Can we not get that? Can I not get stunned? Bubble Penguin, hello, princess. Hi, Kiki. Thank you for the forehead kissy. Ty Tiger, really? That makes me so happy. Max, Miles off on the PP. Good evening, princess. Bubble Penguin, I hope you're doing so good, Angel. Also, hi, Girth God. Ty Tiger, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I stunned it? I thought I got stunned. Okay, so...
Get ready.
Not too early again. Oh! It was so early, I was able to do it again. Fudge, yeah. Can you move your hands out of the way? Ah, good girl. Okay.
Feel the burn.
Oh, I totally dodged that, you bitch. Okay, I totally dodged that. I dodged that too! I'm getting stressed out. I'm getting really stressed out. Okay.
No margin for error.
No margin of error. Girl, I'm trying. I was too early before. Nah, I was too late that time. Fudge! Yeah, that's alright. Gustav's got me. Unless he calls more minions, I'm screwed. Move here. There we go. There we go. Good boy. That should get him, right? No, that did not. Don't call more minions! I'm gonna be so mad. Oh. You're dead.
Petrus must fall.
So she wakes up for the cutscene? Bullshit, that was Gustav's kill. Oh, the concentration face. These dodges are stressing me out, and apparently this is what the entire game is about. I'm actually finding what you have to do so confusing. Brad, if it's any consolation, same. I have, hence the concentration faces. I have no clue what I'm doing. Be right back. Oh, God. Oh. But hey, I won by the skin of my teeth. I hate that metaphor, by the way.
Celebrate later. There'll be others. We should be safe up in the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was his name Leo? Pour one out for Leo.
Putain, nobody.
Puta.
Wait, there's a message on the wall.
Okay.
Took mile to the weird corals. Head north. Look for a door inside a hut.
Clair.
This doesn't make sense. Who would have written this? It sounds like an expeditioner, but everyone knows to sign their messages.
Yeah, but they might have been in a hurry.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like anyone on the team. What if it's a trap? The man on the beach?
It's a lead. Our only lead. Whoever this is knows Mael. We have to go.
No. Not yet. Protocol is to regroup at the rally point and wait 3 days. This message feels off. If it was an expeditioner, they would have stayed here. Everyone knows the protocol.
Right, but they may have been in danger. Maybe this location has been compromised. Things change in the field.
There's a reason.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
There's a reason it's protocol. We designed it to yield the optimal result in the vast majority of situations.
Was our entire team dying part of that optimal result? Look, I'm going after Maya. Protocol also states, never move solo.
Damn.
I'll let you choose which protocol to break.
That's so mean. No, Moses, we've been talking about that all stream. Literally all stream we've been talking about. This guy looks just like Robert Pattinson. Out of parents, it gives you so much damage to return. Yeah, die. Yeah. But I'm working on dodge first. Find your way through the spring meadows. There's a giant smudge on my glasses. You never get past it? What, getting over that it looks like Robert Pattinson? Or figuring out how to dodge? Did you heal me? I don't think cutscenes heal me. Where? Wait. What? Okay. Hello? There was a flag there! Is this the boss battle? Was there not a flag? Ah, ha, ha. I was about to say, don't you take away my flag from me. I would like to heal, please, and thank you. I'm not gonna have to fight the boss again, is it? Oh, please don't backseat die, please. Don't forget to read the pinned message, por favor. Open the menu. I think you can see the health there. Oh, I did heal! Oh, wait, no, I just clicked rest, idiot. Upgrade attributes. Okay. So I have 6 points? Jesus. Okay. Did I call myself an idiot? I don't even remember. Huh. Just natural for me. Thanks, Bad Boon. You're so sweet. Let's do defense. Yeah, let's go defense and vitality. It's not spoiler though. My first thing I said to you is don't backseat, por favor. And backseat means telling people what to do. It's like backseating. The metaphor for that is when you're sitting in the backseat of the car and you're telling someone like, oh, turn left here, go straight here, pedal to the metal, brake, things like that. That's where the metaphor backseating is. So it's basically telling the streamer what to do. You only have 3 attributes. It's like, I'm not saying this to, like, be mean or be like, ah, fuck you guys, how dare you support me in my stream. I'm just saying it's like, I want to have the most organic, playthrough that I want for me personally, and I know that I'm not good at video games, and I'm not gonna be, amazing or know everything about this video game as soon as I pick it up, right? And I'm sure it's really frustrating that this game's been out for a year and I've never played it before and I have no clue how this game works or what it is. But I just want to have an organic experience. I know a lot of people want to watch someone have an organic experience for the first time. And I do appreciate the help or the desire to help, because the desire to help is a great human instinct to have. But I just want to have this organic experience. And like I said, like, I'll ask chat for help if I need help. I wanted to do, but I can wait for the next playthrough. Yeah, again, I want to have my organic experience. You're good, Loki. I'm just knowledgeably challenged. Whenever I'm driving and someone tells me how to drive, I say, you can't tell me anything if you have no license. Ha! Get shit on! You never heard of this game until yesterday. Shut up, Max. No way! What do you think so far of, like, the 6 minutes that we've played of it so far? I enjoy the first time gamer watching people die over and over again. Oh, me dying over and over again? Yeah. What do I want to do for you? I know maybe more health for you, too. That, and then, yeah. We'll do that. It looks cool. My computer would never run it, though. Yeah, I have to roll this. I have to put this on low settings, and like my PC still struggles, but only because of what I'm streaming. Learn skills. Let's see. From fire. Deals medium single target damage, 3 hits. Ooh. Uses weapons element. Heals self by... You had me at heals self. When they rage quit? So me when I DC in a game of Dead by Daylight. I only get 1 a day. And even so, I only use it like once a week. Would explode with this game. Really? You know what, Brad? Does anyone know if it's still on sale? Well, can't love you so much. Yes! Everyone should go hydrate. Rusi, that's why I didn't say anything. Electrify. Deals low single target lightning damage, 3 hits. Critical hits trigger an additional hit. What's this one? Earth Rising. Deals low damage to all enemies. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Guys, tell the mods how hot they are. Really, they're so hot. For $40? Is that the base game or is it the deluxe too? Okay. Well, I feel good about that. I feel great about that. Good evening, Duncan. Mystic, I'm not a mod. It's right there, Lune. Oh, I could do this. I could do this. Okay, there's him. Oh, God, the easier way. Venice! Mwah, Duncan. Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kiss. See, base. Oh, okay. What is it normally? If you guys don't mind me, I'm sorry to ask. Would you mind if I give some no spoiler info that will help you not feel regret? No, because then it goes back to I want to play this game organically for the first time. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, though. The deluxe edition is not on sale, but the base game and deluxe upgrade are both on sale. Huh. Alright. I appreciate you guys asking. Like, I can't, like, tell you guys enough, like, how much I appreciate that. Oh, it's only $10 off? Yeah. I'm sure there'll be better sales. It's like, I know I got this on sale. Where do we go here? This is not where I wanted to go. I want to take this wearing. A wild toxicity? I want that. But she can't jump. Brad, that's what I'm saying! Oh, really, Mystic? Oh, I like that. So that's like, what Loki was saying about how you could get the upgrade on sale separately. That's funny. Oh, do you think this guy's okay?
Well, that will help.
Okay. Empowering attack. Pictos. Oh! Wait. Oh, I have so much stuff. Healing tints also remove all status effects. Shut up, Jasper. Jesus.
Pix Shadow Heart Tap.
Sammy! Sam, thanks for the 11 months! Oh, so you're just like sitting here clenching your fists like, open the fucking start menu. I did it! Sorry, die please. But Sammy, thank you for the 11 months. Enjoy your 90. Count them. Your 90 emotes, ad-free viewing, and your sub-badge. Thank you so much, Angel. What the fudgies? I hope you're doing so good. Happy weekend. Let's see. What was that energy? 3 AP on kill. Yes! Okay, and then empowering attack. Gain powerful for 1 turn on base attack. Sure. Yas. Yas. Oh, wait. I think I have room for one. I do. Room for one more. What was it? Cleansing tint? Healing tints also remove all status effects from the target. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Cool. Now we're all equipped. We're all equipped. I'm glad I finally figured it out, though. Oh, there needs to be a HUD on this game. I'm so lost. Okay, this looks like I can't go here. Right? Oh! It looks like I can go here. I don't want to go here. This looks so... I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there yet. Fudge! I wish it was like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Oh, okay, yeah. Every time there's a loading screen, my stream stops working. So, I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. No, Loki, don't worry about it, because then it becomes too much, I think. I appreciate that, though. No, do your thing, Chicken Wing. Yeah, appreciate you. Sorry, my stream can't handle this video game. Or my PC can't handle this video game and streaming. I have no problem playing games on, like, Ultra, Omega, Deluxe mode when I'm not streaming. But it's when I'm streaming and playing the game is when my PC's like, no, no, no. Fudge! I didn't want to progress. Did you just give me a compass? Can I go back? Please let me go back, homie.
The message said,
wait, I can. Can I?
To the weird.
Sorry, I was not ready to progress. I wish there was like a John Cena. Are you sure about that? Before I progressed. Cool. Okay, and that was a much shorter cutscene. Go, 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 go. Okay, because now I want to go back down that one area that I did not explore before. I just want to explore all the places, all the, like, side places before I go to the main place. And this is where I could get my purple thing. Yippee!
Nice.
Give an additional Lumina point to a character. Okay. Okay. Luminas. Oh. How does one do a Luminas? Oh. Oh, left. Lumina. Lumina. Remember, take a shot every time she says Lumina. That's 2 shots already. Are passive effects that can activate once you have mastered the corresponding Pictos. A Pictos is mastered after winning 4 battles with it equipped. Luminas are learned for all characters at the same time and can be activated by multiple characters. Lumina. Available Luminas can be seen here. You can activate or deactivate Luminas freely at any time outside of battle. Luminas activated by currently equipped Pictos cannot be deactivated. Oh my god. Is everyone dead yet with all these shots? Lumina. The amount of available Lumina points is shown here. Each Lumina costs a specific amount of points to activate. The more points the character has, the more Lumina they can activate at the same time. Each character gains 1 Lumina point per level, and more can be found by exploring. Filtering and sorting Lumina will make it easier to find the right ones. Girl, I did not pick up any of that. I didn't pick up any of that. My liver just shriveled up in fear of that many shots. That was like 20 shots. We drug 10 minutes as being so gracious. I was too soon. I stand correct. This is what I explained earlier. Oh, okay. So I just got there. So I have 5 Lumina points. Oh, I have 0 Lumina points. Ah, I see. Ah, okay. Well, I will just, sure. Yippee! Any questions because you said you didn't understand at the moment? Nah. I'm sure I will figure it out eventually-ish. We'll see. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the willingness to help. Like, I cannot tell you guys. Like, I know I say no backseating, blah, 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 whatever. But I want to say, like, how nice it is that people want, like, people's, like, natural knee-jerk reaction is to help and not to be like, you're a stupid bitch, fuck you, bleh! You know, like, I'm that's a really, if I had to have the two, I prefer the asking for help. That's really nice. You know what I mean? You could say that. Cool. Now I have a map and a compass. That is what we all ever wanted. Alright, I want to fight one of these guys, but I know I'm going to die. So I'm going to do it anyway. There's so many of you. I'm scared. I want to do it anyway. What's the harm? I don't know if I did it. Whatever, let's vote. Appreciate you. Is that the same mistakes? No, I totally understand. And I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I wish someone told me that. Because then I'll just do it in my next playthrough, you know what I mean? But no, I totally understand that. Stop moving. Oh, actually, I'm gonna shoot you one more time. Yeah. Okay. Whoa.
Take cover.
Oh, I was just late on the parry. Damn, that's alright. That's alright. Wrong button.
Ready to evade.
Oh! Perfect.
Brace yourself.
Jumps. What does that mean?
Let the ink flow. Feel the burn.
Okay. It would have been an awesome counter. Oh, I like dodging. Okay, so you know what? The next one, I'm gonna parry it. Whatever it's called. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm gonna parry. Okay, I was too early. Oh, that doesn't really do anything, does it? Powerful is a buff that amplifies the character's damage by 25%. Who has that?
For those who come up.
They're perfect on. Oh, see, your dodges are really good. Oh, okay. So, okay, yeah. I'm gonna try parry the next time I get hit. I'm gonna try parry next time I get hit. Oh, weapon upgrade. It's so weird how like zoomed out we are right now. I don't hate it. Feels a little Halo Wars to me. Like the overhead camera. God, I miss Halo Wars. That game was so much fun. You'll get used to it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I don't want to go there yet. I'll attack this guy then. Do you want to show me what you want it to look like? Oh, pff, you're so hot. Oh, yeah, I like that. We can change it to that. That's a statue. What is? The thing over here? It looks like there's a red swirly thing, which looks like I could travel, which is why I don't want to go there. So I was reading something in the mod chat. I guess I'll attack this guy now. Oh, I missed! Okay, that clearly hit you. Okay. There we go. The guy you're about to attack? That is not a statue.
Let the ink flow.
The guy just hit him. What are you talking about? Nice. Oh, actually, I want to hit you one more time. Yeah. There we go. And then I want to hit you. 6-7. You were not about to attack the statue because that's what it looked like. No, I was reading. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was reading mod chat. There's a mod, and I was trying to stand far away from these three because I didn't want them to attack me while I was reading mod chat. There's a mod on Nexus that increases the volume for the parry sound cue. Shut up. I've never used mods before. The only mods I've ever used in any video game that's ever existed ever in my entire life are the built-in mods for Baldur's Gate 3. but that's because they're built in. I don't know how to use mods any other way. Okay. Okay, that's awesome. I bet that is super duper uberty helpful. Give me those action points, baby. So let's do this.
Take him down. Lune, watch out.
Oh, I wasn't looking. Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking. I panicked. Okay. Sorry. I panicked, and so I dodged like 5 times. Sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, parry did nothing there, just saying. So I did that perfect. Yeah. Let me Dimitrescu. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that, Moses. It's so funny. Catboy Leon. Every cue is different. It's not that hard when you get the hint from the sound, to be fair. Well, I guess it could also be really helpful for people hard at healing, right? Oh, it's a small... Oh. So, okay, so question. If I do dodge, and it says dodge, does that mean it would have failed the parry, technically? But if I did a dodge, and it says perfect, then that means that I would have done a perfect parry? Is that what I'm getting? Let's do... No. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it again. Whoa! That was for you. That was for you. Die, please. Thanks. Bye. Oh. Nice. Thanks. She did it. That's the only one we're getting this entire stream. Sorry, I have to type in the mod chat. Hold on. The counters feel so good. They do. I get it now. There's like cat hair tickling the back of my hand. It's driving me bonkers. Oh, this is the statue that you think I was trying to attack. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't want to go there yet.
Nice.
Nice. Nice cock. Oh, you want me to go here? I don't want to go there yet. I want to explore some more. Azumarill! Oh, I love Azumarill. I think Azumarill's dope Pokemon. Camping. You can access the camp at any time from the continent. Press down on the D-pad to camp.
It's been a long day. We should make camp.
Can I fight
I'm
one
fine.
more person?
Let's keep going.
I'm fine. Oh,
We won't find Mael
Thanks,
if
Gustav.
we're dead.
oh, this is not a person to fight. Damn. What is this? What are you? What the fudge? Yo! Okay. Oh, God. Alright, well then... I mean, I guess I'll camp, right? I don't see any other enemies. Oh, sorry. Game's loading. I forgot that the camera freaks out during that. Why don't you have this extension? There's an extension? You mean the one that if you scroll down, it's there? You're so dirty. Wash your face. Exactly. Thanks, Raven. This is awkward. Gustav, say something.
Sorry about earlier. The beach was not your fault.
Obviously. Who said it was? God, you are so cool.
No, it was. I convinced Alan to land there.
So, we can rest a bit. But, the moon is bright. I want to keep moving.
Have you learned nothing?
Oh,
from the
are
beach?
you
No, I
on
am not
mobile?
leaving Mael alone a minute longer than I have to.
But right now, it's just the two of us, and I don't want to bring Mael your corpse. We have to think every step through. The man on the beach, you saw what he did. But more than that, you saw his face.
Okay, I'm missing content. Hold on. Is my Pokemon theme there? Does any of my mods know? Oh, I forgot about this guy. I totally forgot about this guy. Hey, bad guy.
He must be what? 50? 60? Yet he survived the Gamage. We don't know who we're dealing with. We lost everyone in an instant.
Exactly. He killed us all so easily. He doesn't need to fake a message.
Lucien. Lucien died to save me.
Because he froze.
And Tristan.
Tristan.
Margot, they all... I am not letting Maëlle die out here. I'm taking her home.
What? No, no, no! We have a mission!
Oh, fuck the mission! Fuck the mission, Lune! What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take down the Paintress, just the three of us? My gun and your sparks?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
You swore the oath. When one falls, we continue.
Yes, I know.
When one falls. When one falls. Not if, when. We knew not all of us would make it, but we continue. As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
But I'm not afraid to fight. It's just Maëlle. She's...
Maëlle swore the same oath.
I know that.
She chose her life. You and I... Come on, we always said the future of Lumiere is more important than
any individual life, yes.
Do you still believe that? Do you still believe that?
Can I have mods stop raids for an hour, please?
Do you?
I don't want to get raided tonight. Please.
I hope I do.
Your outfits don't work with gravity and it bothers me.
Fuck the mission. Really?
Sorry.
Oh, got it. Thank you. Okay, sorry. I really wanted to pay attention to cutscenes. I love her normal about. Wait, you talking about Lune? Wait, so the Ascension's not there anymore? He's still a total smash? Wait, you talking about Gustav? The last grip of her wet food container, when I tried to catch it, it flipped and I just... Ugh. I don't know if that's comical. That would send me... Honestly, that would be my 13th reason. I'm glad you are handling this way better than I would, Loki. Oh, do your hands smell terrible? Because, like, cat food? It just gets in you. Because, like, when I open up a can of wet food, like, sometimes it'll, like, splooge on me. And, like, even though, like, I'll wash my hands, like, it's even if I wash my hands, it's still, like, essence of cat food. It's not like cat food smells bad. I just don't want my hands smelling like cat food. If you could only see the face I'm making. They should hug it out. Stop tweets! Thanks, Jane goes. I just am so tired. They do the 5 physics. Oh, the enemy. Oh, for the enemy guy, the guy with the cane? Okay. Wet food chunks. Wet food chunks is my nickname in high school. I have a really smelly smell nice hand soap. Oh, okay, so you're good? Patarty. Thank you for the forehead kissy. One of the reasons I wear gloves. Oh, okay, big brain. Hold on, I want to see what's going on with the extensions. Hold on. I want to see what's going on there. Ba 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 ba. Not the same without a gun. Oh, 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 oh. Show him what I've got. It's not here. Interesting. Okay. Well, now the Pokemon community game is back. Interesting. Well, I'm glad you said something, because now I know that it wasn't there. Boo is so cute. Thanks, I made it myself. No! No, Moses, I would rather it be there, because it's been there since, like, 2022. So I don't know how or when it was gone, but I'm glad to know that it's back now, theoretically. So if you refresh, it should be okay. But Batarty, happy weekend, homie. Ugh. Okay, back to the game. Is it now? Yippee! Alright, so you should be able to pick your Poke Buddy now. I'm very curious to see who you're gonna pick. He's so hot for me for some reason. Oh, the big boy. I was gonna say the big boy. The bad boy. I use gloves for a lot of things. I'm the same way. I have a very bad sensation thing with my hands. So, you know, my bangs are so long when they fudge and leave smudges all over my glasses. Drive me crazy. Poke Buddy? Yeah! Exclamation point Poke Buddy. Any more time before the weekend ends? Why? What do you want to do? What all you need to do? What the fudge is... Okay. I need to record music to use this? Okay, let me whip my tuba out of my asshole. What do you want from me? Camp. In camps, you can rest and converse with your party members. To leave the camp, interact with the bonfire. Oh, well, I do not want to leave yet. I can rest. Yippee. Let's do that. Azumarill, Hitmontop, per ugly, Fennekin, clearly I'm picking Fennekin. Fennekin's so cute! You have not picked a Poke Buddy yet, so you gotta pick one. I don't like the textures of a lot of things. I don't like washing my hands 100 times a day. I do wash my hands a lot. My towels, I wash my hand towels a lot. And my hand towels are like basically in a constant state of wet because of how much I try them. Where to find it? Are you on PC or mobile? Went to the Stardew Valley Orchestra concert. Shut up! Oh, how amazing was it? Was it like the best experience of your life? What's already that's so dope? PC? Oh, just scroll down. Well, you might have to refresh and scroll down, and you'll see it. Upgrade 8 tributes. 1 point. Give it to me. Vitality. 3. My attack power is 6-7. Let's do DK. Donkey Kong. I'm happy with that. I see so many people love it as well. It was wonderful. How many people were like, I would assume like it was like a theater setting. How many people were there to consume this media? Curiously. Let's talk. Let's fight some more.
The main continent. Hard to believe we're finally here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, Gustav.
Oh. Is that all you have?
Main continent.
Yeah.
That is all you have.
Good night, Gustav.
Okay. I'm glad you got to say it to me twice. Oh, I can't be Lune right now. Interesting. It was a sold-out 2-day concert. It wasn't a really big venue, but it was great. I'm glad it wasn't big, because lots of people are scary. That's awesome. Hell fucking yeah, dude. I'm so pumped for you. How far can I run? Look at these birds. What the heck? I just wonder how much I can explore. So pretty. It's so pretty. I'm so glad you don't have any stamina. I'm so glad that we can jump off. Aww. I thought I heard a whisper. Jump! Watch out! Max with a poke gift to Sweet Alex and Dangos. W poke gift. My brother used to give poke gifts. He doesn't do that anymore. He's so lame. Why are you floating? Alright, well, let's leave. Remember the current objective. What does that mean? Find Mael. Oh, okay. Right in the journal. Oh, yeah, let's write. Why would we not? Gustav finds a spot where he can be alone. Freya, mwah, thank you for the forehead kiss you. He writes about how dangerous the Nevrons are, but how beautiful the continent is. He hopes that one day his apprentices will read everything he wrote. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Hi, Freya. Gustav heads back. I love this. Is so cute. The little like narration. This is adorable. I like this. This is nice. Oh, loading scene. Stream's gonna freeze. I'm sorry. Hi, Moon Quartz. Is that Nintendo Switch 2 owner Moon Quartz? We're so happy for you. So Moon Quartz's community gifted him, or funded for him a Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm so heckin' happy for you. Because that is so amazing, and you deserve all of that love and more. Moon Quartz, mwah, thank you for the forehead kiss. See? I'm so happy for you. Oh no, Max! You gotta pick one. I want to see what your Pokemon buddy's gonna be. You cried so much, I don't doubt it. Because that is so awesome. I'm so happy for you. Because it's not just like the gift itself. It's the fact that like so many people. It's like a material thing, a material manifestation of how many people care about you and how much they care about you. So, yeah. I totally understand. That's really sweet though. Holy 100 Ultra Balls! Alright, Moneybags Pokemon Pass. Oh. I don't want to go this way either. Alright, so where... Oh, wrong button. Where does it want me to go? Oh, it wants me to go there. Well, twist my arm. I'll do it. I need to buy more and forgot. I should change my Poke Catch button, so I have like a Poke Catch button on my stream deck, because it's like easier to do that than while I'm streaming. I should change that to Poke Catch Ultra Ball, honestly, because I have like 1,000,001 Ultra Balls and I have so much money, and I feel like Ultra Ball is just better. You know what I mean? You did? See, you're so smart. So, see, this is why you are you, and I'm me. Also, Freya, I hope you know that I've gotten so much further in this game than I did yesterday. I've like tripled my amount of game time that I did yesterday. Wait, yeah, exactly, Moon, exactly. Fennekin. Peak area? This is pretty cool. It's given me Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage. No, it's not Ripto's Rage. It is Spyro the Dragon, right?
Elodie's expedition.
You know the commanders of every expedition.
Expedition 68. Their boat was blown into the air by a storm. Lumiere lost sight of it, but assumed they crashed on the continent.
Huh.
And they survived. The storm, at least.
Alright, let's keep moving. We found
Crash Bandicoot. Oh, you think of it as Crash Bandicoot? I can see that one too. I can see that too. Oh yeah, Spyro had a bunch of underwater levels. Yeah, had a shit ton. And there was the one where you had to save like the turtles, and you had to save the seahorses. And this is what it reminds me of. But I can see warps too. There was like the metal sharks that you had to attack. They were so scary when I was a kid. Those metal sharks scared the fudge out of me when I was a kid. Oh, I love being able to fly underwater. Okay, what is this? Can I attack this? Jesus. Paint cages contain a rare loot. To unlock the cage, find its 3 locks and shoot them. Find its 3 locks. Okay, I assume that the locks are not on it. Oh, is this a lock? Oh my god. That would be a lock. Cool. Well, now I know. Oh, Jesus. The sensitivity in this is so much faster than the sensitivity when, like, you're fighting. Which I suppose makes sense. That, like, makes total sense that it'll be faster in the open world. It's a sunfish! I catch you in Animal Crossing, my friend. How cool. Cute, cute, cute. Look at him. So cute. Alright. Where is this other... Oh, I'm stuck. Where's this other lock? Oh. Wait, did they... Oh my god, I just realized they crashed their anchor on this poor whale. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, so sad. I got achievement! ADHD.
Well,
Pixel gets distracted by anything and everything. Ooh, shiny. Yeah. Joker! Mwah. Thank you for the forehead kiss. You got it! You're shiny Vulpix. Whatever. Whatever. That's so dope. I caught shiny Vulpix in my Let's Go Eevee Pokemon game.
Everyone. Looks like a different species.
Wait, what happens if I do
Doesn't
this?
matter.
Okay, why is your hand like...
Between us and Maya.
Like, look at her hand, just like freaking out. Alright. Okay, just curiously, what happens if I do this? Oh, nothing happens. Okay. Yo, you are so cool looking. It's like a Zoroark underwater cat. This is so cool. What the fudgy wudgy? Huh.
Get ready.
Whoa! I didn't realize there's a second one. My bad. Ah, pips. That was cool. Oh my god. Is that emote buggy now? Oh, it is. Okay. I thought that my stream was breaking because I saw K-Bugs your cat jam and I was like, is my stream breaking? Chroma Catalyst could be used at camp to upgrade weapons up to level 3. Oh, God. Those bombs? Shit on. Okay.
The storm is coming.
Weak.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna let Gustav do that. I'm gonna attack you with just a regular attack. Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
Hello?
Ah! I remember to parry. I remember to parry. Yo, Anonymous. Oh shit! Sorry. Okay. Anonymous! Thank you for giving us up to Rune Dragon. Rune Dragon, enjoy your 90 emotes, your ad-free feed in your sub badge. Also, Anonymous, enjoy your Twitch Expedition 33 Twitch badge. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Oh, healing light. Can I heal me? Oh, yes, please. Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I forgot that there's QTEs in this GD game.
I guess it's okay.
Rev! Mwah. Think of the forehead, QC. I think what's hard about me specifically playing this game and streaming is that this game is not ADHD friendly. For me, specifically, because, like, I keep getting distracted, and then I forget that I need to dodge. I forget that I need to hit these QTEs. I forget everything. But I think once it becomes, like, maybe a little bit...
Be careful.
Oh, okay, shooting that doesn't do anything? That seems a little ridiculous, in my humblest opinion. Forehead kisses. I just get so distracted so easy. Okay, now can I shoot this? Because I really want this to blow up. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that it would let me blow it up. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, this game is great. Oh, they're floaters. Idiot. You stupid idiot, they're floaters. It's so hard, even with that. Oh, really? Enjoy your lurky turkey, Moses. Appreciate all your help, guys. Alright, cool. That wasn't so bad. I'm so happy that I finally got to shoot these stupid mines. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, there's another one, too. Yeah. Ooh. I didn't even see you. Oh, I like fighting you. We'll get the AP points by killing him. And then easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Yeah, okay, well I like fighting those because they make this combat really easy for me. Thanks, guys. Okay, where are you? I heard you. Oh, there you are. What? This game is so much fun, guys. Oh man, there's a little lion guy. Ice, breathe hot fire. Now let us... Yes. I'm okay with that. Okay, and I should get 3 AP for that, right? Perfect. Wunderbar. Perfect.
I'm ready.
Oh, wrong button. Oh, man. I got one of the parries, though, so I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm definitely getting better. I'm getting so much better than I did 3 hours ago. I just want to come in and get some forehead kisses. Oh my god. Oh, enjoy, Rev. You're so sweet. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your sun time. And thank you so much for coming and saying hello. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot. Hell yeah. Anything to collect? No. Ah. Yes, sir. Ah!
We can use that.
Cool. Ah! Oh, I messed it. Ah! Oh, cool.
A storm is coming.
Yeah, storm is called get shit on, idiots. Oh my god. They're my favorite enemies. Oh, these are my favorite enemies. Now give me a campsite so I can keep fighting these guys over and over, please. Oh, that would make me so happy. That would make me... Oh.
Over there. A hut.
Hot.
Slow down. We don't know what's inside
I do
yet.
see a camp. I am tempted to camp... Or not camp, a flag. I am tempted to flag before I go in there. 59! Rest. Yeah, I'd like that. Upgrade 8 tributes! 6 points! Jesus! Yeah, 6 again. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Recovery, 50% health and dispel status effects. Okay. That's awesome. You have 3 as well. Deals medium fire damage to all enemies. Applies burn. That's way so good. That is so good. I really want that. I do like that healing. I'm gonna unlock the healing. Yeah, that makes me feel happy. And then can I do anything here? Interesting. Okay. Dodger can be equipped as well. You have up to 7 points together to spend. So can I help you? Can I help you, mister? These are already equipped, right? Okay. That's all I can use, right? Yeah. Level 7. Okay, Pixel says chat. Is there a level cap to this game? And if so, what is it? Is that a good thing, die, please? Or is that a bad thing? Oh, there you are. I love how he runs in circles with me. It makes me so happy. A very good thing. Cool! Thank you. Alright, let's see what's in this hut. Aspect ratio change.
Look, there's a door inside.
Duh. Gotcha. Okay. To the player as a main thing. So, okay.
Let's go.
Seems empty. Rookie.
Someone lives here.
Really? Mikey? Am I saying that right? Mikey Subtle? Welcome in, by the way. Yeah, I'm very much enjoying this, but I understand that I'm probably really frustrated. Wah! There's a lot of people. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Game over. Oh, it's the Kane guy. You win 4 battles. Oh, that's true. 4 battles. No, that's so right. Okay. After winning 4 battles with the Pictos, its passive effect can be equipped on all characters. Ooh. Oh god, it's the Resident Evil mansion. How cool. Grace for the first time. That's fair. Yeah, totally. That was super fun timing. That it literally just popped up as you said it too. It's hot evil man. Well, I don't need a rest or anything, right? So I'm good. But that's interesting that the Expedition 33 flag is there.
Mael?
Typewriter. Resident Evil.
Gustav? Are you real?
She looks like she's seen some shit. I mean, she's a child. And she just has seen some shit. I just got chills.
Well, you sure smell real enough.
Hey! Yeah, exactly.
No, I
That
don't.
like 1,000-yard stare.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's 16. Yeah.
I thought that you... On the beach, I saw you, and I couldn't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have. I should have come for you, and
It's okay. It's okay.
I was worried.
Made it.
How did you end up here?
I don't know. It's all a blur. I remember everyone at the beach. Then I woke up here. With...
What?
He's been helping me a lot. He reinforced all my pictos.
What is he?
Do you not hear the scary music, Mael?
I'm not sure. He doesn't really talk.
Could it be the lack of mouth?
The chroma around him.
He's just standing there,
Different from
menacingly. Shut up. No one asked your bitch-ass opinion, Jasper. I'm Mael now! I'm not gonna lie, I do not want to play as a child. There you go. I'm going back to Lune. Alright, I guess I need to follow him, huh? I just look at my cat and there's cat hair in my mouth. Just looking at him.
How did you find me?
There was a message at the indigo tree.
Do you know who left it?
A message? Maybe. No. I don't know.
This area, this like mansion, is way too pretty for me to not be able to interact with literally anything. Oh, okay. It's giving, this area right here is giving Raphael's mansion in Baldur's Gate 3. Hello, love. So anyways, I'm gonna just see if Mael can be, like, attributed. Hey, okay. Oh, God. What can you learn, lovely? Holy shit, okay. Well, what do you know? Offensive switch. Deals low single target damage and applies defenseless for 3 turns. 1 hit. Spark. Deals low single target fire damage. 1 hit. Applies 3 burn. Offensive stance. Applies 2 more burn. Okay. Per se? Deals medium single target physical damage. 1 hit. Increased damage to marked targets. Ooh! Virtuose stance. Okay. Swift stride. Deals low single target physical damage. Switches to... Oh, okay. If a target is burning... Okay. I have 3 skill points. Okay, well, deals low single target fire damage 1 hit. Target becomes weak to fire damage for 2 turns. Shut up. Okay, well, I think these are really good. Like really cohesive things. So, yeah, that works for me. Keep looking. Oh. Well, I can't upgrade anything else, so... Oh, keep looking around the mansion? The curator.
Again. We just trained earlier.
Tutorial? But this time I have backup.
Alright. But this time
I'm not turning down a single tutorial battle. Give me more. Give me every single tutorial battle you can give me. I would love to learn. Okay. Attacks announced with a jump flare must be jumped. These attacks can't be parried or dodged. So I just jump? Oh, okay. Jump. Jump counter. After a jump, you can trigger a jump counterattack. Press right trigger to counter.
A storm
Okay.
is coming.
Can we do that again, but without the tutorial? Keep looking. Shut up. Okay. Oh, I mean, shut up as in like, shut up. Not like, shut the fuck up. Sorry. 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 Okay, so I'll keep looking. No, wait, I want this.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn!
Hello.
I'm so glad. Thank you for the follow, welcome in! I do have anonymous follows on, but I see you and I appreciate you. I'm so glad that these attacks all tell me, like, what they do. I'm so glad that they tell me. Sorry, my cat just touched my arm and scared the hell out of me. Oh, wrong button, sorry. Oh, Mark, yeah, we're doing that. Yes, because Mael is next. And she has something that works with that, right? Mael's stances. Mael's skills change her battle stance. Defensive stance takes less damage and gains 1 AP per parry or dodge. Offensive stance deals more damage but takes increased damage. Virtuose stance deals a lot more damage. Switching to a new stance also provides Mael with 1 AP. Switch between stances without interruption to maximize her skills effects. Mael's starting skills are offensive, switch, spark, and per se. Offensive switch switches Mael to offensive stance. Spark and per se switch her to defensive stance. Use offensive switch to switch to offensive stance. I might want to use per se. I literally set up for that. The curator attacks expedition. Defenseless is a debuff that increases by 25% the damage. Increases by 25% the damage received by the character.
Brace yourself.
Are we jumping again?
A storm is coming.
Okay. Sure. Just throw fire damage at it. Let's try marking it again because I really want to use this Wombo combo. When Mael is in an offensive stance, she deals more damage but also takes more damage. At the end of the turn, Mael will revert to stanceless unless she uses a skill that switches her to a different stance or uses her base attack. Cast a skill that switches Mael to defensive stance. Oh, give me a spark! Fudge! In defense stance, Spark has additional effects. It applies more burn stacks to its target, increasing the burn damage it receives. After casting Spark, Mael will switch to defensive stance. Use Spark to benefit from its offensive stance benefits. Ooh, okay, so those are back to back. Can we fight again, but without the tutorial?
That was fun, but I think we've had enough training.
Mael, I'm the adult here. I will tell you when we've had enough training today.
You could come with us if you like.
Oh! Can you please join us?
If that's a yes, we'll see you at the camp.
No way. No way. Alright, keep looking. I'm gonna try every door. You guys don't mind, right? She's gonna do it. Can I shoot anything? Oh. Oh, wait. The music in here is really nice. You made coffee? Was it a specific flavored coffee? But I'm shattered. Have it. Oh, shattered. Oh, I hope you're okay. Have a good night, Brad. I'll be ending soon too. I definitely didn't want to stream too long today. Oh, wait, it's already open. Idiot. Je suis sleep e. Hamiski. There you go. Everyone's leaving. Oh really? Are you telling me that I'm supposed to be using my peepers? What is that sound? I generally enjoy y'all's company. That really means a lot, Dingos. What the fudgies? I'm waiting for my late night Taco Bell Grubhub. Ah, oh, please let me live vicariously through you. Tell me what your Taco Bell order is. Please, 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 please. Oh, this frame is empty. Okay. Does this one let me say something? Oh. You were so close. Oh, really? That's so funny. This one says 33. That's ours. What the fudge? I forgot that I could jump in this game, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot that I could jump. What happened here? Oh, I'm gonna cut my hair right now. I swear to God. Ravenwolf. Ow! Thank you for the 4 I can see. cat's rubbing up against my legs right now. Freak. Oh. What the fudge did I just do? A piano. But each character plays a different song. Really? I like Gustav's. That's so cool. That's neat. That's dope. That is very cool. That is a fun fact. I like that. Fun fact that has nothing to do with backseating or spoilers or anything. It's just fun. They each play their own thing. That is so dope. Sensitivity is so fast. For what reason, Master Chief? I keep thinking this is this like little light is like an interaction circle. Reminder to swap characters. Oh, wait. Oh! So I can swap characters and do stuff? Huh. Oh, they all make the same sound. Can I jump down here? Shut up. Can I? Let me. Even the short girl can't jump down there. Oh! Sorry, I was pressing every button I could. Sorry. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Yeah! Okay, I totally agree. I got dirty shoes on your bed, Mael. Dirty shoes. And just like, look at the texture on these paintings. Like, there's like texture to it. That's so fascinating. Okay, what did I do to that pillar? Oh, look, you can kind of like see through it. You can kind of like see. There, you see, you can kind of like see through the crack. Great music overall. 100% agrio. This painting's slow. Can I jump into it? Like like Super Mario. Like, what was it? Whoa! Like Mario 64. No way. No fudging way. I was just making a joke. Shut up. That is so funny. Oh my god. Ah, Raven, perfect. Thank you. You can. Is this like one of the devs' puppy or something? Shut up. I was literally gonna say, can I jump into this painting like Mario 64? That is so funny. Oh, well, someone's a very good boy. Oh, literally just like Mario. That is so cute. Oh my god. This is so cute. Oh my god. Okay, me hitting that pillar, that pillar down there, right here, did that have to do with the painting, by the way? Did hitting this have to do with the pillar, or was that completely unrelated? Pixel says chat. Nope. Something else? Okay. There's more? I wonder if there's more paintings for me to jump in, now that I know. Well, hey, well, welcome in. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, I bet whatever it does opens there. Okay. And it's only in this building? Oh. What did it look like again? Okay. 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 Oh, what's in here? What's in here? Oh, okay. Let me in. Okay. I love that the music stops as soon as you approach the piano. That is so clever. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. That was 4. That was 4 different things that I did. Ooh! Okay. Please look at the bottom left of the painting. So you see Stilt Man, right? Now you see the bottom left of the painting. Oh god, I wish I gotta screenshot this. I wish I can like use my cursor to show you. But in the bottom left of this painting, there's this like little I wish I had like one of those like those finger things where you just like you point to the screen. But basically in the bottom left of the painting, it looks like a girl making that aheago face. You're like, I can't do it. I'm 33. I'm a 33-year-old woman. I'm not gonna do it. But you know what I mean? You see that, right? Like you see like the closed eyes and then the forehead and then the open mouth. It's like, like it looks like that. So sorry, but that's what I see. That's my Rorschach test for you. What is that sound? God? Oh! Hello, special item. Nocturne for unmask. Okay. Sub goal. No. It's not. It's right in. It was right front and center, right? Oh. See. Oh, I was saying the bottom left of the painting. You see it right now? It's literally. So it's from the top of Gustav's elbow to the top of Gustav's knee. So now look just to the right of Gustav's middle part of his elbow and middle part of his knee. Look to the right. You see the eyeball? So there's like eyeball. Yeah, you see it! She's doing the aheago face or whatever you call it. Aha! Yeah! I'm so glad you see it. Oh, man. Oh, I'm so glad you see it. So there's this thing. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's called something. And, like, people have it or they don't have it, where you can see faces in things where you don't, there's not faces. Like, for example, you can see faces in clouds. Like, that's probably the easiest example. And I know it's called something. I just don't know. I couldn't even, like, if someone were to tell me what it was called right now, I couldn't even be like, yeah or no, because I have no idea what it's called. Sure. See, I have no idea. I'll just be like, yeah, totally. But, what was I saying? But yeah, if you look at clouds, you can see faces or you can see pictures. I see faces literally everywhere I look. And it's not even just like people faces, sometimes it's animal faces. Like one of the tiles in my parents' house growing up, and there's this in one of the bathroom tiles, because I'd be sitting there, I'd be pooping, and I would just look at the bathroom tiles because I was a child, and I'm looking at the bathroom tiles, and I'd see the face of a lion in one of like the shapes of the bathroom tiles, like in one of like the painting, and then the other one I'd see a poodle, and on another tile I would see a dragon, and I could go to my parents' house right now and I would still see those exact same things. It's what it's called. Pareidolia. I see aliens in diamond tiles. You see them on cars? Oh, me too. Like they're the headlights, Raven, and then their license plates, which look like teeth. Please tell me that's what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Pattern recognition. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. There was a rust spot on a urinal in this bar that looks just like Michael Jackson. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I'm with like-minded people here. You can destroy these type of boss by Can I? No way. So this is like the Legend of Zelda version of pots. Oh, I do love destroying things. Oh, that does make me happy. Oh, and I freed Mayel from her rusty box prison. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Thank you guys so much. The first strike button too. Wait, what's first strike? Oh! Oh, I forgot that was even a thing. From a rusty what? From a rusty box cage. Rusty box cage is what I call my pussy. I'm joking. Check your Discord. Is that something for you? What did you do? Oh, what did you do? Crunch. Oh, I added a scarf. Oh my God. This is so pretty. I love the gold aura that you added to this. Oh. Max, this is so pretty. Guys, check the PixelxKitten art section if you guys are in the Discord. Oh, fun fact. I like that you put me in a teal colored shirt. I think I look very good in greens and blues. So I like that. I can't find my Pepto. Oh, what did you have for dinner, Raven? Oh no. Oh, Max, I love it. Thanks, Max. That's so sweet. Okay, I'm so sorry. You're gonna get me in my feels. But don't get me wrong. It's so cool that you guys hang out in my streams and talk to me. That's so cool. But the whole people are using their free time, their talent, and their I'm gonna go with time again, to not only draw something for me or work on something for me art-wise, but also to draw me is a very super duper humbling and very cool thing. So thank you so much, Max. What the fudgies? Barbecue chicken oh yeah. So don't get me wrong, the barbecue chicken pizza would do it, but then the garlic dip would also set that over. You have Microsoft Paint? Probably better than I can do. It's fun for me because you're my favorite streamer. I like
you go to the manor and maybe
I'm trying so hard not to be super fucking giddy right now, but I am.
Here. I wonder where.
Is that a gestural?
Ruffians!
You big hairy brush face. Can't you see they're human? Noko's a bit dramatic, but if you're nice, Noko will trade you lots of useful items for chroma.
Mustache man. Ah!
So the tales are true. Perhaps the grandest in the SKA exist too. Are there more gestrals like you? I'd love to meet them.
Noko, you silly scruff. Their village is not far from here.
Oh, really?
Luna.
She's adorable.
I know. Don't have time for detours.
Yeah. we
Maybe
need
a
to
little
get to the
one.
paintress.
There's another
Best
C
boy.
between here and the paintress.
No,
Miller
Co,
Garçon.
Best gestural merchant ever. I bet you know a solution, yeah?
Oh, look at you!
Come on,
Oh.
you broomhead. I know you know.
Broomhead sounds like it would be a slur to the gestural. Excuse me. This music right now specifically is so lovely.
Well, I guess you'll get to meet more gestrels.
She's so cute. This is positively adorable. And those are also the masks that my apprentice children were wearing in the beginning, no? I want to punt it. I don't blame you. Why does the paintbrush have legs? Like, I don't know if I also, too, want to, like, fight him or if I want to, like, befriend him because it is kind of adorable. You want to punt him. Noko is his name, right? Merchants. Gestural merchants travel across the world offering rare and powerful artifacts in exchange for chroma. However, their most powerful items are reserved only for the mightiest of warriors. Oh! Waven, thank you very much. Impress the merchant by defeating them in a duel. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, because I totally forgot about that. Impress the merchant by defeating them in a duel. Oh! Well, shall we beat up this paintbrush? Oh, appreciate being punted is crazy always. Ooh, more stuff.
Well,
Actually,
that will
I want to
help.
be you. Yeah. Because I like the floating. Oh god, I don't remember where I came from. Okay, I think I came from that way, so we go out this way. We did touch you. Okay.
These dead Nevrons. Who could have done this?
Guess.
So you didn't just stay in your mansion.
Huh.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yes, God's favorite princess. You are perfect.
Guess we found 68's boat.
There's a path through the boat.
That anchor doesn't look man-made.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I want to keep playing, but this does seem like a very, like, natural place to stop, too. I know.
Cat scream, cat scream, cat scream.
Thank you for the 34 months. Thank you so much, sweet angel. What the fudgies? Thank you so much. I think I am going to call it here because, I mean, we've been streaming for 3.5 hours, and I wanted to not stream at all today. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream. You guys mind? Thank you guys. I want to say I've met so many cool people both yesterday and today, and yes, we've had to say, hey, please don't backspeed, but, like, no one has, like, come in here and been like, no, stupid bitch, listen to me. Like, everyone's been, like, really fudgy nice. And again, I want to reiterate that I think it's super cool that people's knee-jerk reaction is they want to help me, and I just think that that's a really cool thing to have. So I really appreciate everyone, and thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I do have anonymous follows on, but I do see them, and I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna call it here. I think. Oh, let me exit the game. I will raid someone. I'll raid someone who, if I could find someone who's live, that would be okay if I just raid and run, because I'm honestly I'm just going to turn off my PC and just get out of my basement. So I'm gonna raid someone who won't mind me just doing that. I'm gonna find them. Tomorrow same time? No! I won't be live tomorrow. I usually stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, but usually I've been streaming a little bit earlier in the day. I will not be streaming on Monday, though, because I got invited to a Mortal Kombat 2 movie premiere. It's very, very cool. Very exciting. But I won't be streaming on Monday, unfortunately, which is why I made sure to stream today, because I didn't want to miss 4 days, you know what I mean? So I'll be live again on Wednesday. Ew, that's so long. Oh my god. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I won't see you guys until Wednesday. Well, make sure you guys follow me socials. And if you guys want to join the Discord, request an invite link. I'll be active there. Holy moly. Well, if I end up feeling like somewhat good or something and I do an extra stream on Tuesday, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. Oh, thanks, Max. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'll be live again for sure on Wednesday. I might do maybe Raven. I do have some extra movies I did just buy with my Amazon points, because whenever I buy stuff on Amazon, I always pick the slowest delivery option, so I can get extra credits to spend on movies. So I get like movies for free technically by picking the later delivery dates. But let's see, whom do we have that's live that I can just chuck you guys at? I'm gonna chuck you. Chuck. But thank you guys so much for being here. Oh man, there is someone who's playing Clair Obscur right now, but I have never I've only rated them, I think, maybe once before or never before. So I don't want to go there and then like not say anything. Oh, what do you guys think about Final Fantasy? And I'm pretty sure if we raid this homie, isn't there a Twitch badge for watching? Yeah, we're gonna raid DJ Gundam. DJ Gundam is one of our Gunner Gamer homies. He streams on Sundays, I believe. He'll be live tomorrow on the Gunner channel. But he's doing DJ stuff, so he's doing Final Fantasy. He's a DJ, yeah, so he just like does like heckin' vibes. And you guys could get a Twitch badge for free. It's the Fat Cat Twitch badge that I put in the Discord, so. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. If I don't do an extra stream, I'm thinking a movie night would be a really good idea, Raven. But thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out and being so heckin' kind. And once again, big heckin' shout out to my mods for everything they do in stream and off stream. But we're gonna send the love over to DJ Gundam, DJ Donkey Kong. But goodbye forever. Aww. Goes. It's gonna feel like that, isn't it? It's absolutely gonna feel like that. But yeah, from the bottom of my butt, because it's bigger than my heart. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out. Oh, I could do this. Oh, I love not wearing makeup, guys. Oh, it makes me so happy. Oh, I can rub a dub. Oh, sorry, that makes me feel so happy. God, I love makeup because I feel so pretty in it. But also, like, I fucking hate wearing makeup because it's a sensation nightmare. Boo, say goodbye. Thanks, Boo. Alright, have the best night ever, guys. I love you. Bye-bye. I am not sandbagging anymore. Somebody ban Kyle.
It's Oscar time!